You dirty bastard!
Shop smart. Shop S-smart. You got that?
I do me all day long.
You wouldn't even know what to do with me.
Oh, honey bunny, I would destroy you in the best possible way. Honey, I'm home.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Sunday stream. This is actually going to be all Evil Dead. We've been talking about it last week. I've been talking about it on a bunch of different streams this past week. So I hope everyone's caught up. If you're not, we are going to have some spoilers about the television series, Ash versus Evil Dead. Again, some awesome stuff, hilarious stuff. So yeah, we're going to be breaking down all that, and we're even going to talk about the kind of that. It's not really a remake; it's more of a reimagined movie. And what was supposed to happen with that is really interesting too. So yeah, we'll hit some of this, and yeah, we'll see how deep we dive into it. We're gonna see how deep we get in there with the chainsaw. So yeah, first I want to introduce my panel. We got some excellent people here. A friend of mine, Araceli, she's new to the channel, and yeah, so hello, Araceli, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing great.
Excellent. I'm happy that you're here. I know you're a fan of Evil Dead, so well, you've seen the movies at least, and just started getting into the show. So I'm glad you're okay with spoilers tonight.
Oh yeah, it's great to be here.
Oh, it's excellent to have you. We also have superfan Adam Shawhan. He's the man with the wiener dogs. You know that.
Right. That's right.
Well,
What's up? How's it going? Been doing yard work all day, burning leaves, having fun. Came down here, dogs going nuts because they heard you talking. And thanks for the link. Love Ash versus Evil. This is my boomstick, baby. So
yeah, that's right. And I got some stuff loaded up. We got some great Ash clips we could start playing throughout this as well, just so everybody has a little extra fun. There's one that I made a short and I put in a bunch of places, and it's kind of great. So, but anyway, let me finish introducing the rest of the panel. We got Runner Blazes in the house, and you guys know him as Runner. He always changes his name anyway, but we know him as Runner. How you doing, buddy?
I haven't changed my name in a while, but thank you for the introduction. Thank you for having me on too, Vinny.
Hell yeah,
Evil Dead's one of my favorite franchises, and it got me into the horror genre. So very happy that you invited me on.
Oh yeah, man. When you said it last week, yeah, that you're so geared up for it and you wanted to talk about it, I'm like, oh hell yeah. I want big fans of the series in here because this is kind of the one that got me into it as well. Yeah, when I was a kid, my cousin was like, he came over and he's like, dude, you got to see this. I'm like, what? It's because it's this horror movie. Because I know you're not that crazy about horror, but holy crap, this thing is hilarious too. He popped it in. We were laughing the entire time. It was excellent, and yeah, I fell in love with all this stuff. But yeah, again, that's when the original ones came out. So yeah,
I have my own story of how I got introduced to Evil Dead, but we'll get to that later.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I want to go around the horn about all that stuff. But again,
Absolutely.
we have another fantastic guest here, and a good friend, Trina. You know her as Lasso of Truth. How you doing, Trina?
Hi, I'm well. I'm glad to be here. Thank you for having me on again. This is always fun. And thank you to everybody in the chat for showing up as well. Yeah, I'm excited to be talking about Evil Dead because just like Runner, this is one of my favorite franchises as well. So yeah, it's going to be a good time tonight.
Oh, absolutely. And again, I'm so happy that, we're kind of ending Halloween, well, this spooky month on this. And I know you've been kind of eager to talk more horror and horror. And we're gonna, so yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Devil's Night, baby.
Pig by dawn. Pig by dawn.
Here we go. We got Tommy in the house.
They'll just let anybody on here, huh?
Right?
Yeah.
Tommy, get your ass
I
back in
say
here.
it's
Where are you?
Devil's Night and Tommy appears.
How you doing, brother?
What's going on? What's going on? Huh? Hey, I was out shopping, last minute shopping. Went out to another Target, not close to my house, a little bit further out. But they actually had a few things that the Targets around my area do not carry. So while I was out, I picked up something pretty interesting. So and it relates to what we're talking about tonight. So see if I can get this stupid camera working. So I got another Ash versus Evil Dead.
Yeah.
This one is different than the other one I picked up because this is old Ash from the show.
It froze. Oh wait, there we go. Nice.
Yeah, so this is the old Ash from the TV series.
I got this guy too. I can't remember where the hell I put the damn thing. I think he might be in a bin somewhere. I was gonna whip this sucker out too.
Yeah, I think that's the one I have as well.
Whip it out. Whip it out.
Uh-oh. Ladies, stand back while I whip this out.
This is the only one I got.
Oh.
Oh, sweet.
It's Evil Dead 2, Ash.
Yes.
Yep. I got that one as well.
Yeah, I have. I think I have the original release of that guy. Because NECA released them a couple different times, and I love that you could do that swap out and get like the evil the possessed version of Ash.
Yeah, I think it comes with Cheryl's head as well.
Oh wait, no, it should be Linda's. Cheryl was his sister. No, Cheryl is his sister. Linda was the girlfriend that he brought there.
Okay, it's a little hard to tell. Thought it was Cheryl for some reason.
Yeah, actually, I think she was supposed to come with the Vice as well. I don't know if that one had that in there, but
yeah. Cheryl's supposed to be coming with the probing tree.
Yeah, I don't know why they haven't made it yet. But again, you guys, we'll play a little bit of Ash. But here's a quick bumper as soon as you shut down. So there's classic Ash. But there's one there's a bumper I made, and I put it on Instagram, and the damn thing got 80,000 views.
Oh.
Wow.
I was like, what the hell? Just out of nowhere. I'm like, I had it up on YouTube, and I'm like, I'll throw it on there too. Why not? It's on my phone anyway. And I put it in there. I'm like, holy shit, that was a lot of views. I'll play that. Yeah, I'll play that in a little bit too. Again, it's something from the show, just to show like the wittiness and the writing is so tight on there. And again, it's classic Bruce Campbell, which is always fantastic. But before we get into all that, anyway, let me say a quick hello to the chat. Adam was the first one in here tonight. Hail, brother. Runner, he's also on panel. I know Chris. I think he had some family visiting, but he's going to try to pop on, he said. We got William Palmieri. How you doing, brother? He's an awesome friend from Australia. There's one down there. We got King of Squibs in the house. How you doing, brother? Awesome one. Hail, man. Yeah, Vinny versus Antipasta. Oh, shit. Again with the guinea jokes, huh? All right, no problem. We all seen the other guinea joke anyway. It's me, Mario Kartitis. Oh, no. Sorry, that one never gets old for me. But let's hold on. I'm going to share a screen so that way people who are just passing by know what the hell we're talking about. And it is going to be all Evil Dead tonight. So and again, this show is just absolutely epic. It continues the story. So for anyone who's seen all the movies and gotten to the ending of Army of Darkness, we follow what happens to Ash, and it's like 30 years later, and it's epic. This guy is like he's such a Chad, but at the same time just such a fuck up.
Yes.
Really is.
And how he gets evil, like unleashed again, was great. I was just showing Araceli earlier because she's like, oh, I think I know how it's going to start. I'm like, I don't know. So we played it, and she was laughing her ass off. Basically, he gets high off of his ass with some younger chick, and she's got like tattoos on around her wrist, and she's like, "It's poetry." He's like, "Oh, I got a book. I guess it's kind of like poetry." And you want to read from it? He opens it up, and it's the Necronomicon, the Necronomicon, and
Necronomicon.
they start reading.
Necronomicon. That's amazing. That is awesome.
I think it needs to happen now.
For real.
It does. But holy shit. And they start reading passages and they unleash it, and it's great, and it's coming from. But yeah, holy hell. There's 3 seasons for those who are unaware. And yeah, kind of I was rewatching them a bit this week while working and stuff just to get all ready for this. And I was super fan. Look at that.
Love that.
Oh yeah.
We love Bruce. He is so fantastic. But yeah, I want to go around the horn too. So what is like we'll start breaking it down. We'll start with Trina because I know she's been super excited to talk about all this too. What was your first experience with Evil Dead, which is the first one you've seen? And kind of, yeah, like give me a little rundown with some of the favorite stuff out of this.
I'm pretty sure the first movie I saw was Army of Darkness. And I was just totally obsessed after that movie. I don't even know how many times I've watched it. I love it so much. And then of course I got into the 1 and 2 Evil Dead, and then yeah, it just blossomed from there. And then when the series came, I was already in love with it, so that was just awesome when that happened. And we figured out tonight that what started my first horror figure collection was the Ashy Slashy puppet, from the series, the puppet. Yeah, that was my first horror figure.
Nice.
Oh,
yeah,
that is fantastic.
Yeah, we figured that out tonight, so that was funny. But yeah, I just love Ash Williams. He's just awesome.
He really is, and Bruce is just this guy is a freaking legend. I'll pull it up real quick for people who haven't seen it. Here is the Ashy Slashy doll. And yeah, this was on
a good episode.
Oh my god, this episode was hilarious. But yeah, he's in a mental institution during this episode, and yeah, this was excellent. All right, the one you have, does it have the teeth or?
No, I don't have the one with the teeth, and I wish I did.
Okay. I didn't even realize that they had 2 of them, to be honest.
I know, neither did I. I found this one, the one you have here right now, and that's the one I've got. If I had known about the one with the teeth, I would have had him too, definitely.
Oh, this is just so good.
I need that so bad.
Right? This was NECA too, I think, right? Yeah.
So you know, I could understand Trina having it, but why do you need it so bad? Are all your socks, are they all used up? Why didn't you wash them?
My socks?
Wow.
He was making a dirty joke at your expense.
Yeah, he was.
No, Tommy started. Well, no, Tommy started cutting out from my end, so it was a little hard to hear.
Gotcha. Yeah. Well, yeah. He was saying, why do she knows why he knows why Trina would want it, but why would you want it? He said, you run out of tube socks.
Oh, I didn't hear the tube part. That's fine.
Hold on. We'll give.
That's where he cut out.
We'll give this one to Tommy right now.
Not okay.
But actually, it was okay. Oh, speaking of Sam Raimi, he made an appearance with Robert Loggia in a movie.
Okay.
That's awesome.
That was legit. That was legit him. That was what was that? Innocent Blood. If you guys haven't seen it, that was a vampire movie with it was really funny with Anthony LaPaglia. But yeah, Robert Loggia kind of steals the whole scene in that whole movie. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about Evil Dead tonight. And yeah, so if you guys haven't seen it, there's the Ashy Slashy doll. And yeah, I don't know, man. I got to see if I could find it cheap somewhere. I might actually get one because I think it is hilarious, and that episode was like iconic. So if you're into that type of stuff, it's
dude.
perfect.
I never even thought about it because you know how good that would look with the Joker holding it.
Oh my God, yeah.
Oh,
You got there.
Yeah. So
Holy
yeah, I'm
hell.
sitting there thinking, before I never really thought about it, but now I'm going, it was a good pop shot at runner, but he deflected well. So
He did.
we approve, but you're still not a master. But good
What's
job,
up,
man.
What's up, Darren? Like my father before me. How you doing, man? Yeah, hello. And yeah, we're getting into All Evil Dead tonight. So yeah. Oh, dude, Tony, if you're around, man, pop in. I know you're into all this great stuff too. Hell yeah.
I just want to say real quick, Vinny, Jesus Christopher. I was looking up the puppets. Holy shit! A lot of these are starting at around $300.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, you shitting me?
No, I wish I was shitting you. The cheapest I seen was $52, and that's for the one with the teeth. But all the other ones, yeah, like the ones without the teeth, they're starting off around like $250 or so, $300.
Wow, that is insane. What in the hell?
Yeah,
Pardon Lasso, why she jumps on eBay real quick. Get the one with the teeth.
Yeah, for real. I'll be right back, guys.
Hey, I don't blame you. Well, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, thankfully I got the puppet before it was $300. I think I paid like $30 for it. So
Wow.
yeah, I was lucky. I got it when it came out.
Yeah, that's a steal. Bless you on that one. Holy crap. Yeah, and I did find that photo, by the way. When I met Bruce, and this is the thing that really sucked on top of it. I dropped him off a piece of artwork in a print, and his line was out the door, and I was just gonna pass it by and go back to my table, and he saw it and goes, "Who the hell did this?" And like as I was walking away, they were pointing at me, and I waved back. He's, "Come over here." So I came over. He's like, "Holy crap, this is amazing! You wanted me to sign it or something?" I said, "No, this is for you, dude. Thank you for everything you've done, man. I love the series, or the show. Sorry, the movie at the time. The series wasn't out yet." But I said, "Yeah, man, I love all your work. Briscoe County Jr. was awesome. Everything you've done, man." He's like, "Rock on." But he goes, Bubba Hotep was fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys ever want to see Bruce playing Elvis, that is the movie to go watch.
Yeah.
I think they said they even rented out, or like they let them use a couple of the jumpsuits that Elvis actually wore, but they had to give them back after the movie was done. And then obviously
that's
they had
cool.
they had like replicas made too that they bloodied up and did some stuff with. But yeah, he was actually able to wear it, which is pretty amazing.
Yeah.
But but he was super cool. And when I got that photo with him, the idiot who was taking it, he just wanted to snap it real quick. So we were still talking, and he's like pointing at me. I'm like, "Oh, you son of a bitch!" But yeah, I didn't want to take up the line because it was out the door. But I couldn't show up on the Sunday, and I was a family emergency, and they said he came by my table looking for me again. I'm like, "Oh, are you
No.
shitting me?" Yes.
Oh.
That kind of broke my heart a little bit, but I'm like, "Oh, I wanted to hang out with him," but yeah, he was.
So it's like the most awkward photo, but it's
Tell
great.
me about it, right? Because
He was tweeted at him, Vinny. Maybe he came on the show.
Yeah.
I have a mutual friend who is very tight with him and his family. So
yeah, maybe you should like message him and just say, "Hey, I don't know, like I'm a major fan. I gave you that poster or whatever. Not like, like not saying, oh, you owe me, but it's just more of like, I love to talk to you. And yeah.
Sorry, I wasn't at my table. A family emergency happened. I'm still
how long ago was this?
I forgot about the friend that you had mentioned that before, because I was like, yeah, man, you can at least tweet him and just say, hey.
Vinny,
years ago and missed you.
What you gotta do is you gotta forget what everybody else said. You gotta go, don't be a menace to South Central while drinking your juice in the hood and say, yeah, man, I'll suck your dick if you come on the show, man.
Oh
Oh my god!
Damn it, Tommy! Holy crap! What do you think I am?
Yeah,
Boston?
wow.
Yeah,
Not
his
only
name's
did you
not
break
Wee
up,
Man
but
Wall.
you're so vulgar. Get out of here! Like,
Not okay.
nasty.
Damn it, Tommy!
Robert
Y'all
Lowe
nasty.
putting him in a timeout.
We love the guinea pig, but that was whew, that was too much. No. I'll pay for a hooker for him, but that's about it.
Gross.
Just
Be sure
old
to use
fashioned.
Be sure to use Cash App.
Jesus. Oh my god! Yes.
Please, man. Please.
First you want to kill me, now you want to kiss me. Blow.
That's the perfect clip.
Right?
Yeah, no, it's perfect.
Oh my god. No, but he's really cool. And the mutual friend we've had has been on my show, Serena Vincent.
Yeah.
She's, actress. She used to be one of the Power Rangers. She did a bunch of horror movies.
Dope.
But yeah, she's tight with them, and her husband is actually he's on one of the episodes of Ash versus Evil Dead. If you guys remember the military episode, those guys who like made the bunker and all that, he's one of those guys.
Nice.
Cool.
Yeah, because during his book signing, or one of his book signings, I believe season 2 was just airing, and Bruce was going everywhere telling people, "It's like, listen." Because Ash versus Evil Dead was one of the most illegally downloaded series of all time. It beat Game of Thrones at its height.
Oh, wow.
Just to show you how much people wanted to see this, but nobody wanted to buy stars apparently. And everywhere he went with the book signings, he went on a massive tour. They even sent me video and stuff too. He was basically telling everybody, he goes, "Listen, I don't give a shit about stars." He goes, "Download it. Watch the entire series." He goes, "It's short, the 30-minute episodes, and then cancel it the next day if you want. I don't care, but we need people to watch it." He goes, "If you guys keep downloading it illegally, we can't make any more." So he was being very crystal clear about that. And so it lasted 3 seasons, but it did end. Like they did give it an ending, but they were actually going to continue it, which I don't know how the hell they were going to do that, but.
With that ending though, you could do it that it was just kind of like a concussed dream, and they could go, and then we wake up X amount of time later. If you think about it, I mean, it's Ash versus Evil Dead. You can put him anywhere.
Yeah, pretty much. And especially with where they went with the series anyway. Dude, they did time travel. They did a whole bunch of crazy stuff during these 3 seasons. Things you would never have expected. And when they go back to the cabin, holy hell. Dude,
the killer Delta 88. I mean,
oh, that was one of my favorite episodes. They basically get like the Christine story. Holy crap, that was good.
I mean, I can't compare to ever. I never got to meet him. The first horror hound I went to when I met Jeff and the guys, he was there, but I could only go that Sunday, and he wasn't there on Sunday. So I didn't get to meet him, and then I didn't make it to this last horror hound because the guys weren't there, and I just couldn't go. I mean, he was at that one, so I was like, "Oh man!" But it's cool. I mean, like the fact that got to give him the artwork, man. That's awesome.
Nice. Oh, what were you saying, Ron?
No, I was gonna say I did go to the last horror hound recently, just to meet Bruce Campbell. That was the biggest reason, not the only reason, but that was like the biggest reason. And he ended up canceling. I was pretty bummed out, but I was gonna meet Justin. I did get to meet Justin and Angela Straven. I was gonna get to that.
Yeah, Straven.
That was pretty cool. And I did meet the other cast members. They were pretty cool.
Oh, cool.
Sweet. Hell yeah.
Kelly and Pablo.
Yeah,
awesome.
Kelly. Dana DiLorenzo. I can't remember Pablo's name. He's been in a couple of things though. I've seen him in a couple different movies and shows. I just can't remember off the top of my head. But do you know who else is making an appearance in this? I don't know if you could. I'm kind of in the way. There's Ted Raimi right there.
Oh no shit!
Yeah.
Cool.
Which, for those who aren't aware, he was Henrietta in the original. and all right, spoiler alert, he reprised his role in season 2 of Ash vs. Evil Dead.
He's also Hoffman in Spider-Man.
Yes. Yes, he actually what was the Doctor Strange? No, Doctor Octopus, and he brought up Doctor Strange in both of those movies, which was pretty.
No,
funny.
yeah, I think he brought up Doctor Strange, and then Jameson was like, "Oh, that's good, but it's taken."
Right. Oh shit. Oh, and the Doc, man. We got a couple people here. Let me say a quick hello. So we have Adiga Outlaws in the house. What's up, Doc? Excellent friend. Angelus Draven. Hail, man. He wanted to come on so badly, but he's at work tonight. Dude,
What's
yeah.
up, Angelus?
Yeah, but we'll talk more Evil Dead, next time you are free and available for the stream.
Oh yeah.
What's up, Pale Rider? How you doing, man? What up, hookers? And Adiga, all right, sorry for being absent. Bring on the Eagles. Actually, you know what? For this super chat, 499 super chat, I'll play the Ash bumper. This is the one that got 80,000 views over on my Instagram, which is crazy. But yeah, enjoy. Bad head injury during one of those fight scenes.
Oh wow!
But she was okay though. It was part of her job. But I believe it's when she was struggling. I don't know if it was with either his stunt double or Kelly. I forgot which one it was. It was a while ago, but yeah, kind of crazy, kind of cool though. But yes, again, this whole series, everything about this is excellent. Tommy, what was your first experience with Evil Dead? Which was the first one that you saw? And yeah, what's something one of your favorite moments out of it? Are you there, Tommy? His internet might be crapping out again. Oh, damn. All right, we'll go to the next one. Araceli, what about you? What was your first experience with Evil Dead? And yeah, what's one of your favorite moments?
Oh, okay. So it's been a while, but like I think it was the second. No,
Evil Dead 2?
I think it was Evil Dead 2. But then again, it's just been such a long time since I've watched the series. But like some of my favorite moments, man, it's kind of hard to pinpoint. But I loved, I think I loved the third one as well. Like I think it was like number 2 and 3, where it was just like an army of darkness. It was just. Okay, one of my favorite moments is when he's going through the maze and all that, and then when he finally gets to the book, he has to recite. It's like what he has to say, and he's like muttering it. It's like, no, that's not right. It's just fantastic. I don't know, like, you know how like you watch something and you're like, oh, I remember the emotions like tied into it. You don't even remember the whole sequence, but you're just like, yeah, that was good.
Oh yeah, that whole thing too. With well, I love that they did it in like almost every movie where they did like the evil version of him. They spoiler alert, they also do it in the series. Oh my god, so much great stuff in there. But yeah, whatever he's got to defeat or fight his evil self is always hilarious, and how they did it. How they did it from there was truly epic. Because like going through it all, we have so this is the cast pretty much of season 2. But Lucy Lawless was so freaking great on this series. If you guys have not seen it, oh my god, she really stood out in season 2. Again, we got Pablo back here, Kelly. I forgot what this one's name was. Because she was just in season 2, but yeah, and of course we have he went by Chet, I think, in this Ted Raimi. Yeah, his character is pretty damn funny too. But also what they did, I mean, they had Cheryl returned, his sister, who was things happened to her in the forest with the trees. And Ash had to kill his sister, but they cover some really great stuff during this. Again, like I said, there's a lot of spoilers we're going to be talking about tonight. But holy crap, what a fantastic job that they did. And I again, really fucking awesome and amazing. I got to hang out with Lucy at New York Comic Con. It was after party. It was actually a birthday party for Manu Bennett, the dude who played Deathstroke. in the Arrow series, and me and the girl I was dating at the time, we were on our way there, and like he texted us and he's like, "Oh, we got some good company." We didn't know who the hell was there. We got there and Lucy's there, and the first thing she does, she had a platter of food with her, and she just, oh, we got extra people, cool. She goes, "Here, you gotta try these. These are fucking delicious." I'm like, I didn't know what the hell. I just grabbed it right off there. I mean, I didn't even second guess it. Anyone else, a stranger offers you food, you're like, nah, I'll take my chances. No, I just ate it. It was delicious. It was some kind of meat.
Legit, if you put something in front of me, I don't care who it is, I'm gonna eat it. Like,
I mean,
it's just like,
well,
Adam,
Ash would be happy to hear that.
right?
I'm sorry, but that's where I'm going, my dear. Yeah,
that is totally fine. Take it as is.
All right.
It's excellent, but yeah, again, great people, and yeah, and I got to chat with her for like 45 minutes straight during this dinner, and she was one of the coolest people I had ever met. Super interested in everything anyone had to say, like totally there. She wasn't like, you know, like these Hollywood people kind of put on a fake face or whatever and, you know, drift off into something else. No, she was attentive on everything, laughing. She grabbed my phone out of my hands to look at my artwork and stuff, and like
that's nice.
Scrolling through. And she's like, "How the hell do you do this stuff?" I'm like, well, like I got a little artsy fartsy with her too, and talking about, you know, kind of like the lighting and shit, like how I work. She was just completely like in awe of all of it. And here was a really great thing too. Like while I was there chatting with her, we had another mutual friend, and it was Richard Taylor from Weta, because I had met him at San Diego Comic-Con, like the only time I went there, and got pretty friendly with him and his whole crew. Like they were awesome. He introduced me and my brother to everybody there, and he goes, "If it wasn't for the visa laws, I would have ended up working on Return of the King, which would have been fucking amazing." But again, when I was chatting with her, I didn't know Richard was there like the day before, and he had to leave early because they had some other filming that they had to take care of on another movie, and he had to leave early. She's like, "Oh my gosh," she didn't even know he was there. She's like, "Wait, you know Richard too?" And like I told her the whole story too when I met him, and how I saved Richard's kids from being trampled on the escalator, which was pretty epic too, because they came out of one of the big rooms in San Diego Comic-Con. Like they did a whole thing with the not the orc, the what were they called? The one that Saruman, he resurrected, and then he put his handprint on their face.
Yeah, it's orcs, right?
Was it the orcs or the?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's orcs. You got it right, dude. Yeah. Orcs.
I thought it was the Orakai or something along those lines.
Oh shit, I don't know.
I think they were like the resurrected elves or whatever the hell they were. But like they did a whole thing where they put the costume on somebody and they showed like how they got like the wet look out of them and all that crap. And when they were done, they kind of kicked open the doors and everybody, because they had a bunch of people in armor and stuff too, and they went from the upstairs section all the way down to the main floor where they had this massive display. And he kind of pulled me and my brothers into the line with them, because like we couldn't get in there. Like he invited us specifically, and the stupid security wouldn't let us in. And like, dude, no, it's full in there. I'm like, well, literally, Richard invited me, and like what are we supposed to do? He's on stage, like he can't do anything. So like we waited afterwards, and he's like, he just grabbed me and my brother and said, "Come on down with us." And as we were going, he had two of his kids with him, and his son had tripped. And again, these other people were about to trample him because they all wanted photos and stuff. And I just scooped the kid up, and I went, "Richard." He turned around and said, "I think you dropped this." And he's like, "Oh my God." And he's like, "Thank you so much." And like on the escalator, we were chatting a little bit, got to the big display, and we all got photos and stuff. And that was really cool. But yeah, I have an open invite if I ever go to New Zealand. And I don't see that happening with what's going on over there now, but eventually at some point I'd like to go. But I have an open invite so I could check out the studio anytime, which was nice of him. But
cool.
Yeah, super sidetracked. Sorry, guys.
No, that's dope.
But, yeah, so it's kind of cool. Like I sort of was able to meet all these people. Well, at least 3 of them out of this photo, which I forgot completely that Ted was there too. Oh shit! But yeah, no, and awesome stuff. But yeah, this whole cast was great. The series is epic. If you guys haven't seen it, I strongly urge you to. Again, this was the Asylum episode. So great. He was like hunting down the other people in there, and holy crap, how menacing was he during that episode?
Oh, that was so good. And I loved it because it was really out of character for him to have a plan that well devised. You know what I mean? Because usually, like usually he's so haphazard about stuff, and he like will have like this half-ass idea in his head, and he just goes through life and things just end up working out somehow.
Yeah.
But in the asylum, he had a solid plan, and it worked out awesome.
Yes, because the big lines that he was saying in the series is, "Shoot first, sort shit out later."
Yeah, shoot first, think never.
Oh yeah, that was it.
Now that's what I call cleavage.
Oh, Tommy's back there. Dude, I guess your internet's crapped out again. I think you can watch, but he's all choppy again. Oh, Adega said, yeah, the Urukai. That's right. That's who those guys were. Okay. Yeah, from the Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
But yeah, all that stuff was just amazing. I love all the behind the scenes stuff. I've always wanted to do work for those guys, so maybe it's at some point it'll happen. But yeah, it kind of sucks though. Wasn't able to get over there. But yeah, it is what it is. But anyway, yeah. Again, Evil Dead. Wow. Bruce Campbell. I don't know why Hollywood did not use this guy more often and stuff. I know he had some.
I've always said he is the most underrated and underutilized actor there's ever been.
Yeah,
I'd say 100% agree.
I agree. Like his timing's so good, and how he carries himself is so good in everything he's done. It's just so sad that he didn't have more of an extensive career.
Exactly.
You know?
I mean, he's got a massive fan base.
Burn, yeah, man. That's the only reason I watched the show was because he was in it.
Yeah.
I was traveling. I was on one of those JetBlue flights when they had the little TVs. And that's the first time I saw Burn Notice. I didn't know what the hell it was. I was kind of flipping through the channels on the plane. I'm like, oh shit, Bruce Campbell, what the hell is this? And I watched like 2 episodes. I was laughing my ass off. I'm like, wow, this was good, because his scenes are always epic anyway.
Yeah, and also I don't know. It's just so frustrating that a lot of actors, unfortunately, that's kind of how it goes. They're like one-hit wonders. It's similar to certain bands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is nuts, but I know like Hollywood, they were always kind of shitty, and he has called them out, some of these studios. But at the same time,
that's the problem. You can't shit where you eat. Like you can't do it. I know because I'm in it.
I know. Well, again, I've been there.
I gotta watch what I say on here.
Well, I've been in the same situation, and I never really cared. I mean, I guess I was very much like Ash.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say, but it's one of those things where you gotta kind of siphon it out. Because a lot of these guys, they have huge egos. Granted, I'm an artist. We all got egos, but you got to be nice.
I agree. Like it was never for the sake of being mean, but to call out someone's bullshit or something evil that someone had done, I got no problem doing that.
Oh, trust, I get it. I totally get it. Yeah. I'm realizing more and more. I got a bit of a temper. I'm like, crap. I need to calm down, especially over in Canada. And I'm like, oh man, my hot-blooded Latina American blood's coming out.
Like, hey, take it easy, eh?
Trust. Sometimes I get those looks, and I'm like, oh shit, I ran my mouth a little too too much.
Been there, done that.
God damn it. I'm like, this is why I need to work from home, guys. Because y'all are pissing me off on some kid show. We can't have that.
Well, that's definitely it too, right? It's certain things depending what you're working on. I mean, I don't know. I got both of them in a few places, and I didn't care. I got a lot of respect for it, though, I'll tell you one thing. But yeah, I don't know. If I see someone's being attacked or abused in any kind of stupid way or whatever, that's really, it has nothing to do with work related type stuff or just people looking to hurt each other. Yeah, I will speak up, and people on panel know that I have no qualms about it and no fears about it. Had to rip into a couple of people a month and a half ago. I think it was, or 2 months ago.
I think I recall you mentioned
yeah,
it.
and I'm sorry, I got a lot of people reaching out to me too during a certain situation regarding all that stuff, but thanking me for what I did, because apparently there's a lot of shitty people who they think they're in positions of power and that they're untouchable, but they're definitely touchable. No.
Get the fuck out of my house.
That's it. Just Harrison kid.
Yeah. I understand what you mean. It's because it's like I'm kind of like that too, but I try to do it in such a way where I don't look like a total dumbass.
Oh yeah,
like,
yeah.
You pick and choose your battles too. Like I've worked in really toxic workplaces, being in Hong Kong as well. So it's like having to deal with that mess, and then reflecting on it now, it's cringe, but I also understand why. But it doesn't make it any less okay. You know what I mean? It's like
yeah.
Be the bigger person, but also I get what you mean. It's like you have to pick and choose your battles. So, some of those battles are lost because, let's face it, if you're on, like the lower part of the totem pole, like, of course, what you gonna say that, and then you lose a job. Granted, I also believe I'm a bit of a free spirit. I believe that you just kind of go with the flow and see what happens. And if you lose it, then maybe that wasn't meant for you.
Yeah.
So.
No, I hear you. Oh, the doc is he's reaching down deep here. Go ahead, Vinny. Reach out and touch them. You know you want to. Oh shit! Just that you get another Ash one for that.
Oh my God! Yes.
Oh, I love Army of Darkness. There's so much that he
so
did.
Good.
It's so.
Yo,
excellent.
like legit, I'm remembering more and more, and I'm just like, oh man, I feel like an idiot. But like, really, it's just all of it was just so good. It's so good.
Well, that's what refreshing on this on the TV series. I'm so happy that I decided to, because I know like you've been jumping back into it as well. Tell me you're not laughing at like nonstop at some of this.
Oh yeah, it's awesome. I love it. I actually just finished the last season today.
Beautiful. I had I think 2 more to go. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Even season 3, I know we talked about it a couple of weeks ago, going like, oh yeah, it was kind of. From what I remember, it wasn't as strong as the first 2. Rewatching it, no, it was just as strong.
I was kind of thinking that too. Like the first time watching it, I was like, yeah, this is a bit of a struggle. But then rewatching, I was like, this isn't a struggle at all.
No, it fit with the rest of the story, what they did.
Yeah, yeah.
See,
oh my God.
I saw all the seasons once, and watching season 3, I'm like, I might have a different opinion when I rewatch the whole series again. But like, at first I was like, I don't understand the well, I don't want to say hate, because I don't think people hated it, but like people just didn't like care for that one as much. I'm like, this one is still pretty good.
Yeah.
No, it was solid. I mean, like they played up more of the hero aspect that he's in the book. Like he's kind of like the chosen one, and Hefe. But oh man, yeah. There's so many great things that they did.
Hefe.
Yeah, man. Excellent. But hey, you know what? Hold on. So yeah, Ronnie, continue talking. I want to know what was your first one? What's your favorite moment? Like what was the thing that really got you sucked in on all this?
Okay, so I think this was around the lockdowns when that whole thing was going on, and Evil Dead, the first movie, just happened to be on Netflix, and I heard good things about it, so I watched it. I really like very low budget films, and that movie, after watching it, it was like an inspiration to me. Like right now, I plan on being a filmmaker, and I'm in college now to like get to that point, but like Sam Raimi like one of my favorite directors of all time. Huge
Yep.
inspiration to me. I mean, I love his work for the most part, but yeah, I mean that first one is just great. The second one is objectively better, and then Army of Darkness was like, that one might be my favorite overall.
Yeah, there's just so much excellent stuff that he did. For me, I gotta still say it's got to be. I think 2 was my favorite, but 3, wow, it's right there because like especially the opening stuff. I'm a huge fan of all that. I actually, when I was working at McFarlane Toys, I did the instruction paper that came with the 18-inch Ash to put the batteries in him because he was motion activated as well. So he'll say lines if you walk by like the little hole in his chest that was there. And so I'm like, oh yeah, look, I even have some kind of other connection to all of that. So yeah, I was a hand model, so everyone, fuck you.
Ooh, check out my sexy hands.
That's right.
Yeah, gotta work that manicure.
Yep, just like Ash here.
And, you know,
actually, yeah, he has some really nice hands. Like, just saying.
Well, you'll be surprised in what is it, season 2 and 3? Like his right hand makes an appearance.
Yeah, it does.
Oh
yeah,
God.
it does. I forgot about that.
Oh, so excellent. Season 1.
I like 1 better than the re-part of 1 and 2.
Okay.
I mean, it was fine. It didn't bother me. But I was like, I saw the original and I liked it, so I didn't need it retold to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, because you could. But the third one, for sure, man, that was the most fun and ridiculous out of all of them. I mean, it just, it just screamed. And then it made the series pop because if you go from the third movie right into the series, it's like no time passed, even though a little did.
Yeah.
Well, we as fans went a long time.
Oh, absolutely, brother. Absolutely. I do love that you said that too, because it really does. Like, and you see kind of like he's never changed. He's still kind of this juvenile. He's just older and fatter. But that whole opening where he's putting on the man girdle.
Yeah.
He's putting the shoe polish in his hair.
Yeah.
Grabbing his wooden hand. I mean, he's got dentures in the bottom row.
Yeah, dude. The dentures had me dying.
Oh my God. Dude, it's all classic Sam Raimi too, to torture Bruce, because throughout that season, like how many buckets of blood and goo and shit that they throw at him. Oh my God. I'm surprised that he really did do it, because that's one thing he always hated, was at the end of the day, like having to wash this crap out and it sticks to the clothes like cement and in his hair, and he's just splattered throughout the entire thing.
That's what I love about the series, though, because it didn't end. Like from the movies to the series, I never saw the reboot movie though that you mentioned with the girl. I haven't, because I didn't know about that. I missed out on hearing that. But you kind of said it was good enough to watch and everything. I was like, okay, so I'm intrigued now to check it out.
Absolutely. The actress was on a TV series, Suburbia, I think it was. This little redhead, I forgot what her name was. She did a Stephen King thing too. I think it was Castle Rock. The guy who played Pennywise, Bill Skarsgård, he was like one of the stars of the series, and she had like interactions with him in it. But she's a good actress, and what she did on there was really good too. Because a lot of people think, oh, they're just remaking Evil Dead, and it's a female lead, and she's going to be the new Ash. That wasn't what it was at all. It was kind of like a reimagining of it. And their initial plan of action, what they were going to do was do her movie, do another Evil Dead movie, and then do a third one, and both of them come together, and they try to defeat evil together. Like that's what the big plan was going to be. And because that movie didn't do as well as they were hoping for, it still did pretty good, but it didn't do the numbers that they wanted. They kind of scrapped it. And we thought that it was done for good. There was talk of I think there was a video game that came out, and then not the newest one that came out, but there was a previous one. And they go, oh, they think that was it. But they were kind of working on this in secret. When I was hanging out with Lucy, I didn't know they had just wrapped season 1. and she goes, oh yeah, we were shooting in New Zealand, the whole new series, but she didn't say what it was. I guess NDAs and everything else, but she just wasn't saying what I didn't know. And then I found out after the fact, I'm like, holy shit, it was Ash versus Evil Dead, and fresh off the heels of that. And let me tell you, I mean, she was so good on that.
Oh, dude, she looked terrific. Like she hadn't aged a day.
No, she hadn't, and I'm telling you, in person too, still a completely gorgeous, classy woman. I mean, yeah, she was fantastic. I know her views went very strange kind of recently, but at the time when I met her, I think it was 2016, I think it was. Yeah, because the series was like 2015 to 18. But just amazing stuff what they did. But yeah, she was cool as hell. And wow, what a badass she is in the series on top of everything else. Because she was doing some crazy stunts I didn't think she'd still be down for. And I think it was after this or during this, she was also doing Spartacus. And yeah, she went. She bared it all in both series. Because there was the one Giggity where she, again, spoilers, when she fought Pablo's the remains of Pablo's uncle. And then she went into the fire. And when she came out of it, she did that whole naked scene. I'm like, okay, didn't think she'd still be up for something like that,
Yeah, because I think she was in her 50s when she did it.
Yeah, well, both of them.
Freaking. Looking fine. So I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, man.
That scene reminded me of Daenerys on Game of Thrones.
Right.
Yeah.
I wonder if they were parodying it a little bit.
That's a good question. And correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't they do the upside down in this series before it was done in Stranger Things?
I gotta think about that.
Season 3. I mean, it's close.
I've done season 1 actually, Vinny, because that happened in season 1, upside down. So yeah.
Wait, I'm trying to think. What do you mean? They did that in season 1 over here?
I think they did.
I don't remember. I know season 3 that they had that when their spirits went to the other side and that thing was chasing them.
Yeah.
I don't know, but that it's we'll just say it was very similar, and I don't know. I like what they did over here. Again, because there's so many different surprises with the whole Evil Dead series. I mean, just amazing stuff. The writing, again, super tight. The characters that they brought in, and then kind of like what happens. Like you'd think certain people are definitely going to make it or might not make it, and kind of who does and who doesn't. I thought it was brilliant the way that they did it because they always kind of had you on the edge of your seat. But again, the story just it flowed. It went by so great. Again, Ruby, that was her name on the show over here. When she finds Ash's hand, the one that he lobbed off in Evil Dead 2, and was using it to find him, and it hadn't moved in 30 years. But it starts to point the direction of where he is and where the book is, which was epic. And by the time they get back to the cabin, it gets there before everybody else.
Yeah.
Which was awesome. You just see it like running around like it from the from the Addams family.
Yeah.
And then it's behind the wall in one of the episodes, and you see that it's growing. And it's like with oh my God, how they did it with all the maggots. Like, again, there's so many disgusting things, but then there's so much that pulls you in. Like, you can't stop watching it.
Yeah.
So because you can't wait to see it explode all over Ash somehow, some way.
But oh my God, when he starts fighting himself, and he's like the evil one thinks it has the upper hand on him. He goes, "Oh wait, so you're exactly like me? Then that means you got the trick knee." And then he hits him in the knee. And he buckles in, and he's like, "Yeah, what about that bum shoulder?" And then like they're beating the shit out of each other. So he knows.
Wait a minute. Are we talking about a television show?
Yes. Ash versus Evil Dead.
Look, I got my internet back. It's working. At least I assume it's working.
Thank God.
You sound better.
Yeah, you sound very clear.
No, thank God. It's about freaking time.
Hell yeah.
I didn't realize we were talking about Evil Dead. They had a show.
You didn't know that?
No, I just learned this just now.
Brother, it's Ash versus Evil Dead. Come on, man. Get with it. You have to figure.
Oh my god! Literally, that's the entire. It's been an hour.
He wants to break balls right now because he's tired.
Yeah,
Yep.
he's messing. He's messing with us.
I'm not saying anything because he's probably fucking with us.
He is.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
He's always doing that.
Actually, I tried to rewatch it last night, but yeah, thanks CenturyLink. Yeah, I went to click on freaking Netflix to rewatch it, and it just spun and spun, and it says, "Oh, we can't get to that right now." Like, son of a bitch.
Holy hell. Well, since we were talking about evil twins, and I have one, had one. Well,
chopping up my evil clone. Maybe someday that'll feel weird.
You know, I'm kind of wondering if I go to a CenturyLink office and under the idea that I'm rioting, do you think that in Minecraft that I could possibly burn it down?
Yeah,
in Minecraft.
Why not? In Minecraft.
Yeah, you can do a lot in Minecraft.
Yeah, it's crazy. Did you hear that Hunter Biden was in Minecraft? Here's a clip of it.
Don't laugh. Don't laugh. She's right. She's right. This crack shit's killing him. This super crack will get the job done a lot quicker.
If only.
but earlier, Vinny, when I couldn't talk because of CenturyLink, yeah, it's always fun to throw CenturyLink under the Gary Busey, as it were. That chiclet teeth having bastard. But anyway, no, the first movie I'd ever seen was the original. You know, I'd seen the original when it first came out, and I want to say that I seen it in a drive-in theater when they were still around.
Yeah, in '81.
Yeah, because we had a few drive-in theaters up in the area where I used to live up near, unfortunately, Jersey at the time. We had a few that hung around until like mid '80s or so. So I got to see a lot of these type of movies again and again, and some of them for the first time that they had up in drive-in theater. Because usually the lower budget movies, they always wound up in the drive-in theaters, like almost like immediately on release. So,
wow,
Oh, that must have been awesome.
Right? Holy crap, to experience the original. Because I know what they were doing. Like they went around the entire area. They were trying to find real estate agents, their dentists, to get the money to put up for it. I think it took them like 3 or 4 years to actually get the original movie completely done. Like it took them forever because they needed the money to start to finish out what they were doing. But when it got released, they got a little bit extra. That's why Evil Dead 2 happened, because they wanted to make a better movie. So I mean, yeah, they redid elements, but then they added so much extra. And then like what they ended up doing with the story and those crazy moments, like again, him lobbing off his hand, the Henrietta stuff, like they really went big with it. So you got to give that.
Look what happened by the time they got to Army of Darkness. You could definitely tell that the budget had significantly went up from the previous two movies.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We did the Dino De Laurentiis money in there.
Plus, was it Army of Darkness was made by Universal. Universal didn't do the first two Evil Deads.
Yeah, that's right.
This is what they had a problem with distribution and who had the rights to everything. That's another reason why a lot of things didn't happen. Because again, they wanted to do Ash versus Jason versus Freddy, and a lot of it went up in smoke. But that was one of the reasons, because of the studios. The other thing was New Line that ended up getting 2 of them. But for a while, because they were in talks for such a long time, and the original first couple of talks went out the window because of that. That I think it was De Laurentiis didn't want to let go, or the family didn't want to let go of the rights to it all. Like, there's a big kind of screw up that happened. But again, that's why the TV series, what they call it, Ash versus Evil Dead. You know, so they went, you know, again, a different direction, and like, fuck it, this is all us anyway. This is our guys. This is just something special to them, because it's, again, the original producers, director, writer, all that crap was involved in this. So, Parrot Head for $2. What's up, brother? He goes, shop smart, shop S-smart. That's right, brother. And yeah, I had done a cover for the comic book that got cheated out of me from that horrible Nick Barucci son of a bitch. Again, those Dynamite ass wipes. Yeah, I had done a beautiful cover. I had 24 hours to have it completed in order to submit it for the licensors apparently, and they said it was too bloody and too disturbing, and they said no. I'm like, you guys are full of shit.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's why I said like those people, those guys in Dynamite, they're very very shady. We'll say they had proved that anyway. But that's a whole other conversation. What's up, Liam? What's up, man? Dude, you have the link if you want to pop in. You know, you're always welcome, bro. Speaking of Australia, there's our friendly Aussie. He just completed his book as well, Kakashi Murder Dolls. Fantastic series. So if you guys haven't yet, it's at the printer. So get ready, folks. It's a coming, and it's gonna be awesome. Oh, dude, I can't wait. I was backer number 1 on that one. Hell yeah. But yeah, dude, and that's what I'm saying. There's so much great stuff that's out there. Cool. We'll pop in 5 minutes. Excellent, bro. But yeah, no, dude, we love this series. We love Bruce Campbell. Everything that this dude's done, I think, has been fantastic.
Even if it's a cameo, he's great.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I know. He was in the opening of oh shit, what was that movie? Was it Congo? I think it was Congo.
I still need to watch that.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen that one, but
well, he was in the very end of Darkman, which was directed by Sam Raimi.
Yes, which I think he should have continued it. It should have been Bruce, I think, at a certain point.
I'm just going to put this one out there. You know, if Star Wars didn't fall into the corrupt and evil hands of Disney, could you imagine what could have happened? We could have got a Dengar series as Bruce Campbell being Dengar. I'm just saying.
Which was Dengar?
The one that was all wrapped up.
I'm gonna have to see a photo.
The one that almost looked like a mummy. The one that was standing on the bridge, all wrapped up in bandages.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And he had like goggle things.
Mm-hmm. Dude, I get. There's so much that could have been done, but again, we know how Hollywood is.
And Bruce Campbell was I'm not even kidding. He was the best part in that god-awful Doctor Strange movie that came out.
That was fun.
Like Bruce Campbell, like I was in the theater. I didn't pay Disney, but I went with a friend of mine anyway. And literally when Bruce Campbell showed up, I was laughing my fucking ass off in the theater.
Oh, dude, yeah, Bruce is the man. Hold on, and someone had made a figure. I don't know if it was a joke or actually happened. Hold on, I'll find that photo for you, it was excellent. I think I showed people on panels before.
I like how it ended with him too. That was the best
part.
The
end credit scene.
Yep.
That was also
fucking
good.
Recorded that shit on my phone. I didn't care. I was like, "Yep, recorded."
There he is. So it was supposed to be a San Diego Comic-Con thing, but I don't know if it was a joke or they legit did it. But there he is.
Pizza Papa.
But yeah, that's again what they had done though for that movie. Like, and again, Bruce has said this. He says every movie that Sam Raimi makes, he goes, it's just the same movie. He goes, every movie is Evil Dead. Look at everything he's done. He goes, he just has a bigger budget, but it's the same fucking movie. He goes, they're all reading from an evil cursed book. They're summoning shit. People get possessed. He goes, go ahead, watch every one of his movies, and he's right. That's exactly what happened in that Doctor Strange multiverse.
It really is true, but like I'd say even like honestly, even like 10% of that movie felt like a Sam Raimi movie. Like the parts that felt like all the horror elements in it were like great, especially when Evil Strange showed up. I was like, I got a ton of Evil Dead vibes from that.
Oh yeah, that was like the coolest fucking part of that thing.
Oh yeah, and then everything else is pretty much dog shit in my opinion.
Well, that was the last of the Disney shit that I'd seen anyway. I'm not watching Shang-Chi. Got no interest in that. Eternals, no interest in that. Thor, no interest in that. I don't care.
I didn't see Eternals. Yeah. No.
Yeah, I boycotted all that crap. Spider-Man.
Yeah. Manliness and motivation. Jason of Crystal Lake is a deadite, according to some. Yeah, they had actually tied that in with Jason Goes to Hell because they actually have the Necronomicon book in that movie.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. That it was part of the acquisition when New Line Cinema was actually acquiring it, and that's why you see Freddy's hand at the end.
Yeah.
But I think by then they had already gained the rights to part of the Evil Dead franchise, and that's why they had the Necronomicon in that book, which I guess in a way can make sense because they don't really say exactly what all the Evil Dead are. Some of them are Deadites, some of them are something beyond that. They're almost like demons. So I think they're insinuating that Jason is more of like a demon type than just a Deadite because he can't be stopped like a normal Deadite can be. Anyway,
You know, I recently watched Jason Goes to Hell like probably like a month ago because I bought the Friday the 13th collection from
yeah.
Shout.
I want to apologize for that movie and also New Beginning. I want to apologize for both of them right now, Cooper. They're horrible.
I'm not. They're not good, but like I'm just saying, like my point is when I was watching like Jason Goes to Hell, I saw the Necronomicon and I'm like, wait a minute, what the fuck? Like that like literally shocked me.
Because the only way to kill Jason is Bruce Campbell, baby. Ash has to kill him.
There's a surprise in season 1. I think it was season 1 or whatever. Because they went to the cabin twice in this series. But one of the times he's there, they have what looks like one of the gardening gloves that Freddy had turned into his claw glove. It's right next to the door where Henrietta's back in under the in the trap door. I don't know if anyone else saw that, but yeah, there's a bit of a Freddy nod in there as well.
I didn't see that.
So there's some
No,
inside
I didn't
baseball.
see that either.
It's kind of high up, but it's when he goes to open up the door, you could see it's hanging there. You can't really see like the finger parts of it though, but you could see like the backhand of it. It has like a yellowish kind of tinge to it. But yeah, so next time you watch it, keep an eye out for it. But yeah, it's again, but I love when they play these little kind of nods to the other horror things and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
It's excellent. But again, with the series done, where they go is really cool.
Especially when it's done right, done properly.
Oh,
like this
absolutely. And William was saying it too. He goes, yeah, everyone loves chocolate cake. If you make a great chocolate cake, don't change the recipe. Evil Dead is a chocolate cake.
Yep.
You are 100% correct, brother. 100%. Oh, by the way, we did get that $2 super chat before, so I'm gonna play this for Parrot Head for $2. Here is some more Ash.
I say we stay.
Good. Bad. I'm the guy with the gun.
Groovy.
Nice.
So there you guys go. That was for you, Parrot Head. Thank you for the super chat, brother. Manlina says that I need to watch Army of Darkness after the stream. Yeah, I've been wanting to watch the movies again soon too. I'm gonna finish. I don't know. I kind of did it backwards, but I want to make sure I got everything kind of covered with the TV series too, because we're gonna get into spoilers again.
I got the 4K of Army of Darkness from Shout right here. Recently
Oh,
came out.
Shit. Nice.
Very nice.
This is a beautiful transfer, honestly. And sadly, it's only the theatrical, but you do get 3 other cuts in this, the directors, and then like another
nice.
television, and I forgot what the other cut was called, but they're all Blu-rays. But
that's excellent.
It's a cool set. I do also have the Blu-ray from Shout as well. This is the old Blu-ray.
Nice, man.
Probably gonna give it away at some point. And this you can get for very cheap. This is from 98, Evil Dead 1 and 2, and this.
Oh wow!
Nice.
The Groovy collection.
Holy hell!
Yeah, I've seen that. Nice.
It comes with Evil Dead 1, 2, and Ash versus Evil Dead. But the first 2 movies are on 4K in this set, and the show is all on Blu-ray, all 3 seasons.
Dude, that's epic, bro.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's
I had to get it. It was pricey, man. But I had to get it.
I have. I can't say that on there. Never mind. But I want to get the full set. I just for the series itself at some point, because we know physical media, especially if there's any problems and stuff, they're pulling all physical media. So if it's something you truly love and you don't ever want to lose it, you know, because again, streaming services, we know they bounce from place to place, they cancel things, they edit things now. They've edited things. That's some of my favorite shows. Sunny in Philly, they cut, I think, 2 full episodes. They're just going back and they're dissecting things because, oh, we can't be funny anymore. And things at the time are now deemed racist or this or that, fill in a blank. It's like, oh, come on. It's entertainment. But hey, you know who's entertaining and who's here right now? We got Liam Gray. How you doing, brother?
They're taking away my queens. They're taking away my queens. So speaking of offensive, like we've got a festival here in Australia, here in my humble little quaint town called the Jacaranda Festival. And every year we have a sort of a big festival, goes for about a week. It's going on right now. And women enter into it. It's kind of like a beauty pageant fundraiser thing. And whoever raises the most money becomes the Jacaranda Queen, and everyone puts on this big parade, and like she gets like a crown and a big like, you know, and a scepter and all this other stuff, right? Like it's a crowning, you know. Well, this year they said that, you know, they were opening it up to the LGBT plus community and saying that, you know, now men can enter it, even though we've got a long history of like, you know, it's always been women. And but a man didn't win this year. So now they're saying that it should no longer be called the Jacaranda Queen. It should be called the Jacaranda Ambassador. So they're taking away the Queen. We're no longer allowed to have a Jacaranda Queen. It has to be a Jacaranda Ambassador. And so I don't know what this means, but you know, it sucks. How's everyone doing?
Wow. Australia and New Zealand, they're doing completely different things from the rest of the world.
I just think that people are scared all the time, and it's like they rely on social media to push things out. They're worried about some people being offended over everything. And I just thought, like, this is something lovely that we've always enjoyed, you know. And it's everyone gets out and has some fun with it. And why change it? Like they're saying, they had this big speech about how we have to change with the times and keep up with things and all this. Is like, well, why? This is a tradition. Traditions don't really change with the times, and no one was getting hurt. No one was being, you know, bullied or anything.
Liam, you know how something like that gets handled? Then you have a special competition just for those people. Yeah, that's what you do. You do it. Yeah, you have your own day. You have your own separate event, and you make a new tradition. That's what they could have done. Instead of they always want to replace things, cut out the old shit. There's room for everyone everywhere.
I thought for sure that that there was going to be a man crowned this year with how they were talking, but then when that didn't happen, I thought, oh, okay, well, that was, you know, that's fair enough. But then the next day they're like, okay, we've got to consider the LGBT community. Maybe we shouldn't be calling this the Queen. You know, maybe we've got to rename this. And the council that was in charge of it were, Anyway. That's what's been going on with me. How's everyone else been doing? Evil Dead rocks.
Yeah, that's it. Well, that's the whole theme is tonight. Lots of crazy stuff though too. But Papa Cotton, what's up, bro? Yeah, his favorite is Evil Dead 2. That's the best in his opinion. Again, that's for me. That's the one that I like out of the 3 movies the most. And then Army of Darkness. I mean, like they go hand in hand. But then the series, I think the series is maybe better than everything. This series was so epic. Liam, have you seen it all?
Yeah, I saw this series when it was first coming out. I've been thinking about like watching it again. I think I own the whole thing on DVD, but I haven't watched it on DVD yet. You know, I have to go check. But I'm pretty sure I own all of at least the first 3 seasons.
Oh yeah, man, it's so great.
It's great. Like I liked the episode. The one that I remember the most out of all of them was the one where they sort of everyone thinks that he's crazy, like in the town.
Yes, we were just showing that before. Where was he? Here. Wait! You meant the one when his sister returns, Cheryl?
Yeah.
It was the episode right before this one. Holy crap! Yeah, they did such a solid job with all that. And I'm surprised too that they brought back his sister. That was funny though when he went into the bedroom because he heard noises and Chet was there. That was
I think
disturbing.
the best part though has got to be the fact that the whole town thought he just took his friends up and hacked them up, and then they got to see the Deadites before they die. I mean, I'm sorry, that was just great.
Oh yeah, man! Holy crap! Yeah, and the ending of season 2 was so. It reminded me of Dexter season 1. You know how in his head he saw like the parade and everything. They were all cheering him on. The end of season 2 is something similar, right? They basically he gets like this big parade, which was amazing. But I know again we're jumping all over the place.
I was worried, bro. I was worried because we knew Ruby got what she wanted, and you're like, this can't be good. And the way that the road was cracking as the Delta drove away, I was like, oh man.
That was season 1. Yeah, that was
Yeah. I was, but that was when we got through the end of season 1. I was like, oh man, I'm so worried. You know, we got season 2, and I was like, okay. And then we got season 3, and I was hoping it would just never end. I'm gonna be honest, I really was.
Oh, dude, I was right there with you, bro. Right there with you. I'm like, oh my god, please keep doing this. And it was so much fun. Every episode they were dropping, they get funnier and funnier, and just so much awesome stuff too. But like the story was good. But Snowdub said that he got to meet Bruce as well. He goes, yeah, just as cool in person. That's not an act. No, I'm telling you, he's a genuine awesome dude. Cool as shit. I know he gets high a lot, but that could be why he's so chill as well. You never know. Bless him. Awesome guy. Yeah, hell yeah. And Frankie's pointing out too that there's extra stuff back here. You can see one of Ruby's children back there on the ceiling. Like there's even some stuff that I had missed here and there. But no, and come on. Lee Majors playing his dad, the $6 Million Man. Come on. That was amazing. And how he came back too, because I didn't think he would have. And how they used him a couple of times in the series was great.
How they killed him was just
dude, that was brutal. But that moment though that they had together.
Yeah.
And who was it? It was the Delta. The classic. Delta. Dude, that episode was amazing when they possessed the car.
Mm-hmm.
And then shit. Not only did they like just totally run over him, his dad, they backed over him again. Like it was so unceremonious.
Oh yeah, that was
so speaking of that real quick, I had a chance to actually take another look at that figure. So I didn't notice it the first time when I picked it up, but all the way in the bottom right-hand corner of that figure, there's actually a little photo of his car.
Oh, nice.
Oh, there what? I gotta find where I put it. I think it's in one of those bins that I have. But yeah, I wanted to review that one as well. I reviewed the 2-pack from Evil Dead 2 with the Deadite, Evil Ed. When I was filming, I forgot his name. I'm like, oh wait, that's Evil Ed when I was done. So, but anyway, yeah, that was a great set. But they need to do an updated version. NECA, again, if you're watching, update, do Evil Dead. Army of Darkness, Ash, with the new wave. You guys are doing figures now. The double jointed arms and shit. Do a swap out arm and shirt if or upper torso would be fantastic as well. Like again, and I used to work with those guys over at McFarlane, so I mean I know what they're capable.
Shirt off.
Yeah.
Or so.
And for Christ's sakes, give us the tree, the groping tree. Oh please.
Groping tree.
Well, I think they should do the rest of the cast. I mean, we're all like the Ninja Turtle figures. Thinking. Right?
Yeah.
They did so many like obscure characters out of Ninja Turtles and stuff. Why don't they finish off the Evil Dead stuff? Because there's so many great characters in there, and you could do the TV show. Who wouldn't have? If you're collecting these things, who wouldn't want this lineup?
Oh, all of them, dude.
I know. You could have Ruby with her kids.
I'm guessing that the reason that they didn't. Sorry for jumping in, Lester, but I'm guessing the reason they didn't is because I don't know if you recall, but there was a huge issue with piracy with this series when it was on the air. It was like
I had mentioned it earlier.
Yeah, we talked about
it. It's like, please buy this shit if you want to buy it. We all love it, but you got to put money down for it, guys. Like the it's sort of it's a bit of a major problem in the horror community. Like it
really is. I know after the fact everyone buys this stuff up on Blu-ray, but had they been supporting it when it was coming out, it would have been a totally different situation because they would have continued it. He said it. Bruce said it in multiple interviews. If you guys keep watching and the ratings are solid, I'll keep doing this. He goes, I'll keep getting shit thrown in my face. He goes, I don't care. you guys love it. You guys wanted it so badly, but he goes, just know if you guys keep pirating it and we hang this up, we have to hang it up. I'm done for good. The chainsaw ain't going back in my hand. He said that, so
Yeah, he's done.
Yeah, that's so sad because I mean, because season 3, it's like to me that did feel like a cliffhanger, and it's like I really want to see what happens during this.
Well, they were
apocalyptic
planning to do it as it might even still be a thing. We'll have to look into this, but they were planning on doing it as a video game release. And Bruce, whereas he wasn't going to be returning to do live action stuff or mocap, he was going to be doing the voice acting in it. That was something that I read a long time ago near the end of the series.
They did that. It came out.
So yeah, well there you go. That's the continuation though. So
I want to mention something else before we get too far away, because you had mentioned Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I just want to mention something else that I seen today. I don't know if you guys have seen it. Did you see they're doing another Versus pack from Playmates, which I am not buying it after the last two Versus packs of TMNT versus Cobra Kai and then TMNT versus Street Fighter, how horrible the Turtles figures were. I am not buying any more of them. But now they got TMNT crossover with Stranger Things. Why? I have
bizarre.
no clue. And apparently they got another one coming out with TMNT versus Power Rangers.
Well, that one
at least Power Rangers makes sense.
You know what? Not the way those turtle figures are being designed by Playmates.
Tommy, don't get me wrong. The way the turtles look do not look great. I'll be honest with you, but
no, you know what? The turtles actually, the turtles don't look bad. The problem is all the QC issues. Like I've gone into it about like legs that are too long for Michelangelo, joints that just pop off for no damn reason. Like their hands can't even hold their weapons. It's just so ridiculous, and they keep reusing the same mold as they put these with different matchups.
Yeah. Plus, don't they not have their traditional colored masks? Because it's super hard to tell who's who, at least to me.
It depends on which verses it is. A few of them they had their colored ones on, and a few of them they didn't.
Okay, because I wanted to get the Cobra Kai versus Team NT ones because I'm that would be kick ass if that were to ever be a movie or something. I'd love that, but
yeah, well, me too, man. I when I saw those, I was like, oh, those are rad. That's just a nice thing to put up in the background. I love Cobra Kai, so I thought that was cool. But it's not good hearing that the quality is really bad. That's not encouraging.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, well, you know what is good. Here, I will say a positive for it. Okay, now this is the only positive I'm going to make on those figures. So when you're talking about those two matchup set figures, the Cobra Kai and the Street Fighter ones, the Turtles, all kinds of QC issues. They look okay, but there's so many QC issues you can't enjoy them. The figures they're matched up with, they're fine. They're absolutely perfect. Like the Cobra Kai figures were better than the Turtle figures. So I will say that much. And it was the same thing with the Street Fighter. Street Fighter figures were done 10 times better than the Turtle figures.
Yeah. Well, the companies need to step it up.
How many Street Fighter figures? Oh, sorry.
No, I was just saying, these companies, they have to step it up. I know, a lot of the licensors, they don't really care as long as they get their money. But there's others who really want things to be a high quality or better standard. But it depends. It depends on the companies as well. Because I know, what do you call it? Diamond Select had done some of the Cobra Kai figures, and they look amazing how they did them. There's another company that tackled them as well. And one has virtually nothing in it except for the figures, and others have a full set, alternate hands, and all this other shit. What were you saying?
No, the answer to Liam's question, I knew where he was going. He was asking how many. So far, I was going to say they only released two packs. They've released Leonardo versus Ryu and Michelangelo versus Chun-Li.
Yeah. Yeah, I see them in stores. Yeah, they could have done a better job. But I did find, what was it, that photo? There it is. There's Lucy. So we were having that dinner. For those who didn't believe or didn't know or didn't see it, there you go. But yeah, she was awesome. Really cool person. That whole night was just, it was a lot of fun. It was almost a lot better, but can't talk about that on here. We had mentioned it on another stream.
Right.
but
Vinny.
But she's a great person. We'll leave it at that. Yeah, no, and again, like I said though, the fandom on this stuff is truly epic. I think more people need to support all this stuff. I'm gonna pull up because I didn't save shots of the movie, the other one.
Yeah, man. The only reason I got Stars was so that I could watch Ash versus Evil Dead. When I heard that it was going to be on Stars, I got Stars, and then after the month was up, I just canceled it. You know, like that. Yeah. And then when I knew it was coming back, I got it again.
Oh, dude, that's what he said too. He goes support it because again, and even this movie, man. Me and my brother Frank, we went out to the theater and saw this one. Holy shit, we had a great time watching it. I mean, this thing was truly horrific. The stuff that they did in here. Oof.
I just watched this like hours ago today for the first
time.
What
were your thoughts?
I thought it was decent. It was a lot better than I thought it'd be. I've avoided it for the longest time just because I was just like I just thought of like the idea of an Evil Dead remake being kind of pointless, but I've heard a lot
but that's the thing. It wasn't a remake.
No, I know that's the thing. Like, well, my friend, you may know him, Greg from Fanzine Vids. He told me that it's not a remake.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, it was almost like they did their own kind of multiverse before the other people tackled it. Because again, with that book, it opens up other dimensions and shit too, and that's the angle they were going to go with, which made sense. So I think,
and the best thing about this quote unquote remake, I don't even know what you'd call it instead of a remake. What would you call it?
Like a reimagine kind of thing.
Okay, reimagine. I'm not a really big fan of that word, but yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Multiverse.
Sure. But the best part in this movie is it really does such a good job capturing that Evil Dead spirit, and it does it so well, and the director did such a good job.
Yeah, Freddie Alvarez. Holy shit, that guy directed his ass off in this movie.
Yeah, like that one scene where what's the girl's name? The main character.
Oh, dude.
I forget her name, but like her evil.
It wasn't Mia, was it?
Yeah, Mia. That's her name.
Okay.
Her like evil deadite self popped out of the water, like that legit jump scared me.
Yeah, dude, even Tommy's favorite thing, the tree. Holy crap, that was even more terrifying than they did in the original.
Oh well, yeah, I'll give you that.
That and this one in the bathroom. Holy crap, she's just like chopping up her face there.
That's crazy,
dude.
Yeah.
That's some nightmare fuel right there.
Oh my god!
But yeah. I think they did just a fantastic job though. They got the creepy element. They got the fear out of it that you need. Like I don't care what anyone says. This is a great horror movie. Now again, Evil Dead stuff, Bruce stuff is different. It's got a different tone, and I get it. I can love and appreciate all this stuff because again, I love horror, but I also love what Bruce has done with that because it's the perfect balance of extreme gore, but then you have this comedy that offsets it. Yeah. You know, and it keeps pulling you back in because let's face it, with like what they did with the original movies and stuff too. There's a lot of those elements of the Three Stooges because Sam Raimi and them, they love that stuff. So that's why you have like Bruce getting hit in the face with a bunch of things, and you know, there's some silly moments here and there. But for what they did, like again, it's part of the fun of it all, you know. And this movie, they steered clear of all of it. They just wanted to give you a horror experience, you know.
Yeah.
So I respect what they did. Again, the visuals were so great in this.
Oh, the visuals were fantastic.
Oh man, it's just fantastic.
So is it just gore? Is that all it is?
What do you mean? But well, there's a story there. Well,
I mean,
it's not a comedy.
It's not a comedy at all.
No.
There's no comedic stuff in there. So if you just want like a straight up horror movie, this is your go-to for sure.
Well, that's sort of how
like
the
a
first one was
slasher.
originally too. There wasn't a huge amount of comedy in the very first film when they made it. Like
That
it
is
sort of
true.
picked up with the second and the third, where it went really sort of off the.
Yeah, to my
for sure.
understanding, it was actually like originally intended to be more horror, but there's budget cuts and stuff, so they're like, you know what? Let's make it funny. Like fuck it, like legit.
Right.
Yeah.
And then they just kind of upped
Well,
the ante because people loved it, you know.
Oh yeah.
Well, I
Again-
think part of the reason why so many people actually confused the first one with being comedy because it was so B-rated and kind of campy. It almost leads a kind of a comedic performance to it in a way because of the low budget. And I think that's why a lot of people automatically assume it's a comedy too, like the second and third one were.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that. And I guess, I mean, I have to do more research on like everyone to see like what their first films were, because like, you know, when you first start out, it's not going to be great. And so maybe they were still trying to find their niche, you know?
Yeah.
So maybe they didn't really know like what their niche was until like after it was done. And you're like, you know what? We're kind of good at this. Let's do this campy shit. Like
that's
works.
You know, that's a great point too.
Bruce and shit.
Yeah.
Say that again. Sorry.
Wait.
Adam. you were
Oh,
saying?
I say, yeah, let's make money. Let's cover Bruce in more shit. He hates it. You know?
Yeah, the more the merrier. Get that goo on him. He's like, no.
Yeah, well,
This time.
Yeah, holy crap! That
Beautiful.
they did it in the series. All right,
Yeah, they
is just. He's chopping up people with that damn chainsaw. He is just sprayed in the face nonstop. He's just completely.
It looks like he went to the Nickelodeon theme park.
Yeah.
He got
More-
slimed.
More or less.
I
Holy
think it
crap.
happened to
know.
him in like every episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
That's
I
rough,
could not
dude.
stop. All right, I'm gonna mention this afterwards. Hold on. Parrot head for $2. He goes, Klatua Barada. No. So it's $2, and we'll play another.
Make it rain.
Yeah, hold on. We'll play. I'm gonna use for the outro, but you know what? Yeah, when he comes out of the cave, he drank too much of the elixir there.
Yeah, he
Oh,
pops
yeah,
out
yeah.
like full ass beard, and then he's like screaming, "No!"
Yeah.
That was great.
Oh, I love that stuff. But again, they kind of ended the series in a similar fashion, where he's in the future.
Yeah, like I said, it could be a fever dream. Like they could literally.
Oh yeah.
1 year later, if they wanted to, or they could just go with the future shit if they wanted to. You know, it could go either way.
That's a great point because I'm sorry,
love-
they've done that. They've done it throughout the series. There's a whole bunch of things where you're like, oh my god, this is how they ended that episode, and the next episode they did something even crazier. You know, they played around with it, which is excellent because you could do it what they have here between that book, the powers behind it, the other demons you're playing with.
Well, like the multiverse that you kind of brought up with that movie, or what the idea was, you know, through the book, it opens other portals, so then other people come from wherever, whatever. But yeah, man, I dug that. I thought that would have been killer, but
That would have been awesome.
Manly.
maybe it's a reboot. Maybe they can do that when Hollywood gets its head back on its shoulders the right way.
Oh,
Go back to
dude.
making movies.
I would
Sorry,
love.
I just read. Oh my god.
Manliness, dude.
Savage.
He always throws it out all the time. So many great shots at Spacey. That sick freak. And yeah, you know what? This isn't for manliness. This is because Kevin Spacey's a creep.
Not okay.
Yeah, it's such a shame because like I kind of looked into his bio and stuff and his bullshit, but it doesn't make it okay. But like I'm just like, yeah, you're just a breeding ground of.
Yeah, it's
usually his father was like super abusive and a neo-Nazi and shit, and then and I'm like, yeah, you're a ticking time bomb, dude.
Yeah, essentially, because
gross.
that's
And
usually
he's
a
such
pattern.
good actor. actor. It hurts. I was like, but because he's fucking crazy, you know?
Yeah.
He's a pig.
And that's it. With a majority of these people, that's usually how it is. I mean, the shit about the crapio is on another level as well. You know,
Yeah.
freaking pass around boy in Hollywood.
Yeah, because I was just so in love with American Beauty, but then, like, of course, everyone was calling it. It was like one of those insidious things in Hollywood that everyone knew about, but no one ever talked about. And the more I looked into it, I was just like, man, it seems like they just validate really crappy, poor behavior, and all the good people just fly under the radar and get stomped on and are forgotten. It's horrible.
Yeah.
You want sociopaths, not actual nice people who make good stories.
Exactly.
Who also have baggage, but they don't put it onto other people. It's horrible.
Yeah, we've had these discussions on my streams multiple times, and yeah, it's true. There are talented people who get overlooked, and they get these people who are super broken. But I think there's other reasons for it that I can't talk about on this stream.
It's okay. Yeah, we're off topic, but it was just like, since you mentioned Kevin Spacey, thank you, random person on the internet. but yeah.
Yeah, it is nuts, but yeah, I don't know. Again, if you want a little bit more lore and stuff too with the book and everything, and the opening of this particular movie, I thought was really good. I don't want to get into spoilers too with this one in particular, because I know a lot of people did not see it, but I do urge you guys to watch it if you haven't seen it. If you are a fan of Evil Dead, there's still some extra cool stuff in here. And last time, I don't know if you're gonna eventually see it or not, because I know you said you weren't too crazy if it's just straight up horror.
Yeah, I mean, guys, you should see it just if you admire film, because like the thing is, how it's shot, it is horror, but like how it's shot it's well done horror, and it's a league of its own. Obviously, I'm a movie buff and I'm a bit of a nerd, hence why I'm here. But like, it's just the lighting, everything, composition. It's just, if nothing else for the story, but like just watch it. It's a visual treat.
I don't think I'm gonna see it because I'm not a fan of just a gore movie. So yeah,
that's totally fair. No, I mean, everyone has their limits.
Yeah, then you may not like. Then you may not be into it.
Yeah, you won't like it because that's straight up horror gore. But it's like, it's just
if you're just into Bruce, you love the comedy of stuff, and then you're okay with like the amounts of gore and shit that they put in there, 'cause it's a little more on the comical side. Although the stuff they did with Ball was pretty horrific, with the skin coming off and like some Hellraiser shit that they did in Ash vs. Evil Dead. But again, they offset it with some really great moments too. So, but not only that, like you could see how he cares about the people that he's with. I mean, from episode 1, when you first get introduced to like Pablo and Kelly, like you're like, oh, that's cannon fodder, these characters. But they weren't, and they became such a solid cast. What they did on there. But the other thing I was going to say too, for those who were unaware of it, did you know? Fun fact: in all of Sam Raimi's movies, the Delta is there. The classic is in every one of his movies, including the Wizard of Oz movie he did with James Franco. Fun fact. I guess not that fun. You guys get all quiet.
You're just like, silence. It's not fun.
No,
come on, it's the classic.
No, I was thinking the entire time.
Yeah, it's like his lucky charm. It's in the Spider-Man movies. It's in all the Evil Dead.
I think that's just what makes his just unique, right? Like it's like, it's same with like Quentin Tarantino and his comic book style of like shooting, or formerly, that's what set him apart.
Yeah,
but I guess that's just Guillermo. He's the most consistent with his.
Well, is the Delta, or is it Bruce? Because I mean, they're both together all the time.
Oh, that's true, right?
It is kind of both, isn't it?
It's their trademark.
Yeah, bro. Bruce would break his balls everywhere they went. They go, he goes, I think the reason why he brought the Delta to every one of those films, he goes, because there's a couple of them where they had to really like fly it in. It was insane. They go, like, how the hell are we gonna get this car on set? But he goes, why do you need it? And he goes, I want my car. Yeah, Bruce imitating him is hilarious because he's like, "You can shut up! I want my car there. I want my car there." He's like, "What the hell?" So he goes, "Yeah." He goes, "It's because Sam got laid in that car," and he goes, "It's his lucky charm because he thinks without it he'll never get laid again." Even though Sam is married and shit, but he's like he still like pokes fun at him, which is hilarious.
What was the Delta in The Quick and the Dead with Sharon Stone?
If Sam directed it, it should have been. Somewhere.
Oh, he did direct it. It was with Sharon Stone, Gene Hackman, Leonardo DiCaprio,
you might
Russell
find it on a
Crowe.
trivia thing somewhere. I mean, Google it or something. You might be able to find it because Bruce said it. Every one of his films, they dressed it up in the Oz movie. I forget the name of it.
The great and powerful Oz.
Yeah. I think it was
it
was actually pretty good.
I saw that movie when I was like really little when it came out. That movie scared the fucking shit out of me.
That's funny.
Dude, when the fucking like witch came out, fucking Mila Kunis, like that scared me, man. That scared the shit out of me.
That's funny. Yeah, because he has those moments like it's right in front of the camera there, in your face stuff. But it's just it's awesome. I love what Sam did with all these things, and just again, this whole series was excellent. Again, the visuals though too on the TV series because the directing is fantastic. Hold on, what they did with when they did return to the cabin, and he's like, he had to go into the little shed. He didn't want to. He's like, and he told the one lady, he's like, stay in the house. He goes, you're not gonna want to see this, and she's like, why? What are you talking about? I had to kill my ex-girlfriend, and I had to lob her head off. It's in a vice in the shed.
Yep.
And she's like staring at me. Oh, well, so it's the whole thing. Her body did this whole ballet dance. It was crazy. And she's like looking at him like he's got 3 heads. He goes into it, and you see the skull is still in the vice. And there's like, a centipede or something crawling out of it. And he's about to leave. And as he leaves the shed, it closes on him. And you just hear her talking. She's like, Ash, what are you doing? How come you brought that woman here? And he's like, no. He turns around. And whoever the hell they got to play Linda's head, it is identical to Evil Dead 2. Yep. Whatever makeup they did, whatever the actress that they picked, it's like spot on. It was fantastic. And that's the thing I love, that they paid so much respect to everything that came before it. Again, when they brought his sister back, Cheryl, she still looked great for, what is she, in her mid-50s or whatever. And to do like the stunt stuff that they had, and like because they had it like on wire work and shit, that was incredible. So, but again, really cool stuff. I love when they do that kind of thing. Again, they remade that entire cabin because I think the whole thing was shot in New Zealand, at least for season 1. I don't know about season 2 and 3, but I know season 1 was over there. But yeah, just amazing stuff through and through. And, his whole setup too, like in his crappy little place. Oh yeah, this was his room when he went back home. But in the opening, he's got like the setup where you step on the button and the shotgun comes out. Like everything they did is just like perfect Ash,
Oh yeah, it's so Ash.
Block the sex bot. Of course, we just get those in there. All right, sex bot is gone. Everyone wants to talk Evil Dead tonight, apparently. Even China.
Jesus Christ.
Oh yeah. It's crazy.
It'd be awesome though if after watching the Evil Dead directed by Freddy Alvarez, I think that's how you say his name. I would love to see him direct like an Evil Dead movie that took place after season 3 of Ash versus Evil Dead, just to like conclude it. I think that'd be kick-ass.
Hell yeah, I'm with you on that. Absolutely. Because if you guys haven't seen, he did the those movies Don't Breathe,
and have like Sam Raimi be one of the writers.
They have to be.
I heard it was
they
good.
have to be involved.
Yeah,
Don't Breathe. Yeah, that Don't Breathe movie was excellent. They did 2 of them. The second one was pretty good too for what it was, but the first one was really good. And yeah, I know he directed the first one. The guy might have been, I think, a producer on the second one. I don't know if he directed the second one, but I know the first one was Freddie Alvarez, and the directing on that was so epic as well. Yeah, and again, that guy Stephen Lang, the dude from Avatar, the bad guy, the older dude, like he did a fantastic job as the blind guy.
He also played
yeah.
Sully.
Oh yeah.
He also played Sully in that Uncharted fan film.
Yes, that was so good.
I loved it.
Yeah,
Nathan Fillion.
Nathan Fillion, yes. Holy crap, that fan film was excellent. I wish they had just done a full movie with them. I would have been so down with that.
I'm telling you, I'd like to go back to that. What they should have done. I still say, the Jason versus Freddy thing, but there was something else that they did in the comic books that they would have added the elements of the comic books that they actually continued on when they started doing Ash versus Evil Dead and then Ash versus Freddy and Jason. They actually brought in Leatherface and they brought in Michael Myers, like they brought in other characters. I'm just saying. Ash trying to go after Jason, and then Leatherface gets in his face, and then you got chainsaw on chainsaw action. Can you ever have too many chainsaws in one scene? I think not.
You're right, because he when he fought himself in the 3rd season, they had a chainsaw fight as well. They had some stuff going on in there. It's a beautiful thing. Make it happen, people.
It's Star Wars, but instead of lightsabers, it's chainsaws.
Well,
I'd be down with that.
Versus the
And I
puppet,
see I see your chainsaw is almost as big as mine.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Speaking of which, that episode with the little kid and with the chainsaw hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the Norwegian woman. Oh my God, that was hilarious and just so grotesque at the same time.
Yeah, disgusting, absolutely disgusting at the same time. But
oh
yes,
my God!
so
when
awesome,
the kid ran and I don't even think I want to say it on here. And Ash is like, no, you're too young to even be going near there.
Yep.
All right, here's another one for you, for everybody to kind of ponder over for a second. Like, if they were crossing over with some of these horror franchises with the Evil Dead, how cool would it be if they could figure out a way to cross over the powers of the Necronomicon and the Evil Dead and everything like that with the puzzle box from Hellraiser?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I could see the puzzle box being in the Necronomicon.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. There's ways
But
to
now
tell
that
this stuff.
drunken Ash opened the book and spouted off, it opens up all these portals, and yes, that's a part of it. It is now created because of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the origin of the puzzle box.
You're gonna
what?
I'm gonna disappoint some of you guys. They still haven't seen any of the Hellraiser movies yet, so I don't have an opinion yet.
Yeah, it's all right. You know, I'm not a big fan of the Hellraiser stuff either. I saw the new one on Hulu, and I thought it was horrible. I don't know. People were like, "Oh, it's pretty good," or some people, "Yeah, it's adequate." I didn't hear anyone cheering its praises because I don't think there's anything there, to be honest. Talk about a movie that's just like they tried to do horror, and I think they kind of screwed it up, to be honest. What's up, man? We got Nick Weiser in the house.
Hey, what up, Nick? You know what?
Nick?
Speaking on that too, Vinny, I felt bamboozled when I was told that it was pretty good and you should watch it. Yeah, that's the last time I take a suggestion from anyone. The last time I took a suggestion like that is a friend of mine had told me to watch. Oh God, he told me to watch Rogue One. And you know what? No, I'm not taking suggestions like that anymore, people. So don't send them.
I hear you, man. Nick, I mean, I know I think you guys are doing the hangout now, but if you are around, I want to pop in for a few minutes. I just sent you the link, buddy. So if you're still there, yeah, Nick's always awesome, great dude. Again, someone else who's passionate about movies and all that. Oh, he does? Oh, sweet.
Yeah, we both live in I live near Chicago. Yeah.
Yeah.
So did you get a picture with Lemmy?
No.
Yeah, he looks exactly like Lemmy. You have no microphone? Oh, shit. Well, I don't know. I don't know how distracting it gets, to be honest.
Just shout into your phone. Just shout into your phone.
Just shout. Pop on and go, "Hey, everybody!" and then leave. Up to you. But no, it's yeah, Nick's awesome, and yeah, we're gonna get him on one of these streams soon as well, Because yeah, every time we hang out, dude, we always have a blast. Nick's fantastic. He did a Crow a whole kind of stream on the movie The Crow. I eventually want to do something like that too, because I love that series. I know a lot about it. I knew someone who worked on set on the original movie and everything, so I got a little bit extra background on stuff. But yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, it's something else. Yeah, dude, if you want to pop in, if you're drunk or not, I don't care. You could say hi. If it gets too noisy and crazy, then you could jump. No big deal. But
you know what? Don't worry about Nick. I'm allowed to be here on the panel.
Yeah, right. Tommy's he's our wild card. He's our Charlie Day. You know, wild card, bitches.
Well, we know the guinea pig is who pooped the bed.
Yeah. It's all good. Hold on, I'm trying to find another good clip.
Leaving it sitting in the toilet like a big giant brown rag doll for the whole world to see.
And I know this is an Evil Dead, but we have to play it at least once every stream.
How long will you play Captain Marvel for?
I don't know. Does anyone want me to do it again?
No. Nobody wants you to do it again.
Good old Hans Cock. He's always there for us.
That's right.
I love Hans Cock. What a good dude.
Thank you. I'm gonna do more of those. I know there's a couple of big kind of entertainment stories that dropped. I'll cover some stuff again. I think I might do more as shorts. The shorts have been getting more traction. I had that whole back and forth between him and Starcock, aka George Lucas. So if you guys, if you haven't seen or you don't remember. Old Hans Cock. Yeah, it's late breaking news. Henry Cavill's back as Superman. He drops the Witcher. And my wife, she's a whore who cheated on me with a Wookiee. That kid ain't mine. Ben's not mine. I don't know what he is, but he ain't mine, that furball. But anyway, good old Hans Cock. He's always gonna make an appearance. Yeah, we get more into it when we have other people on panel. There's a back and forth me and ETAP always do. That's just epic, and yeah, we'll have more of that soon. Don't worry, guys. But yeah, if you haven't seen it, yeah, I dropped plenty of those over on the YouTube channel. The back and forth and the other shit with his, because I give a little extra about Hollywood in there via good old Hans Cock. So yeah, for those who've seen it, you know. We'll keep the Gashman away for now. The other one, the Ron Perlman. We don't need him tonight. Although he does look like a Deadite.
Big time.
Yeah. It's all about Gash. Ron DeSantis, don't say gay. I'm going to be over on It's a Small World ride. You guys know that. You'll love it. It's all those animatronic kitties. Oh boy, you creep. Stay away from the machinery. You bastard. So anyway. Tommy, that's for you. I know you hate Disney. Oh shit. But yeah, getting back to all this great stuff. Yeah, if you haven't seen the series, go watch it. Again, Lee Majors was fantastic on it. The episodes that he popped up in. And yeah, just seeing Ash's dad it's great. It's so
good. Yeah, the dad was really good.
Oh hell yeah. Oh, and here he is. We got Nick in the house. What's up, brother?
What's up, guys? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hey, Nick.
You sound good.
Hey, Trina. How you guys doing?
Pretty good.
Good.
Man.
How you doing?
Good.
Dude, I'm feeling good. I've been at it drinking since 9 a.m. So you can imagine where my mind is at, and I'm still going strong, strong is kind of, interpretive at this point.
You sound like you're getting wasted right now.
Oh, dude. I mean, Charlie Sheen would be, jealous of me at where I'm at in my life at this point. I've been at it since I woke up this morning. I had Culture's Casino's wife was like, hold on, you went for the bacon this morning, and then you just went for the Gentleman Jack right after. And yeah, that's what I did. Gentleman Jack and bacon. That was my breakfast this morning.
Well, be careful. You got like an IV drip right now of it, huh?
Well, no, I see Gentleman Jack the same way I see a pizza. If you believe in yourself, you can make it happen. And every pizza is a personal sized pizza if you believe in yourself. I look at Gentleman Jack the same way. I believed in myself, and now more than half the bottle is gone.
Well, Ash is winking at you, so.
Hi,
while
Pamela
you're
and
here,
Janet.
what was your first experience with Evil Dead? Like, which was the first movie that you saw?
Oh,
and
man.
what's your favorite memory out of the Evil Dead series?
Okay, so I'm going to be very honest as per usual. Obviously, the trilogy is freaking a holy trinity in its own right. The remake is not a bad movie. I just would debate whether you consider it a Evil Dead movie, but maybe Army of Darkness takes the cake. Maybe that's hard to say because that changes. So this is one of those opinions where you could quote me on it, and like the CDC, I'll change my opinion on it every time.
That's kind of how I am.
So I kind of nailed it. But yeah, for me, it was Evil Dead 2, and you're right. At times, sometimes it's like, Army of Darkness is better, but I always kind of fall back to Evil Dead 2.
And
but yeah,
that's a fair argument.
Yeah, but Evil Dead, the 2013 movie, was not a remake. It was kind of more of a reimagined thing. And I don't know if you're aware of this, Nick. I said it earlier too. It was supposed to be its own separate movie. Then they were going to do one more Ash movie, and then they were going to do a third one that had both characters in it. That was the original plan for the entire thing. And it was almost going to be sort of like a multiverse type thing because of the book and its demonic powers and all that it opened up like almost like another realm, and it transported itself. Like they were playing with those story elements. So when it didn't do as well as they hoped, I mean, it still did pretty good, but it didn't do what they were hoping for. That's when they sat it for a while, and in the shadows, they were working on Ash versus Evil Dead. They made it look like that was it, but Ash versus Evil Dead, that was truly it. And yeah, they were going to continue the series, but unfortunately, people bootlegged the shit out of it, and they had to cancel the series. But at least it got an ending. And have you seen the series on Starz?
I have not seen the series. I've heard good things. My girlfriend, she's a horror geek. She's seen it. She knows it. She breathes it. She tells me it's good. And sometime between now and my death, I'll watch it.
Oh,
and trust me, when I do, it'll be great.
Nick, make it much, much sooner. You are gonna thank yourself when you do see it, because this series, it's arguably better than I think the original movies, because it continues it continues Ash, and it is all Bruce Campbell in his glory, man. We've been playing clips all night from it as well. It's truly epic. I'm telling you, you will not be
If you
disappointed.
like the movies, dude, you're gonna love the series.
Yeah,
I think he might even wind up being like me, possibly a little bit, where there's going to be certain aspects towards the third season that maybe kind of slow down and he gets a little wit. But like overall, a whole, it's a great series. You just definitely check that out. And thank God you didn't go what I thought you were going for it, because you said horror twice, and the way you were explaining your wife, I really thought you were going to say something else. I was like, oh God, please tell me he's not going to say that right now.
Tom,
okay.
Nah, dude, no. It's just she's very well versed in that stuff, and like I like it, but she breathes all that stuff. Like our place has been covered in Halloween since September 1st, not October 1st, September 1st. Our place is decked out outside and in, and that was all her.
You got a good one, brother, because that's it, man. That type of stuff, it's fun. Spooky season doesn't last forever, so you can milk as much out of it as you could. Go for it. But
wait a minute, who said it doesn't last forever? It does last forever. I've got a skeleton sitting in my dining room table that says otherwise. He's been there for 3 years.
I miss you, Tommy.
I was about to say, dude, golf shit's the way to go. Like, come on.
Right? Come on now. I got a skull. Never mind. I'm not gonna. Hey, we'll play one more clip from the show itself.
Seriously.
Well, actually, just one more.
Oh my God!
Oh, good. I was starting to feel like a real dick.
But I mean, he hits those comedic moments throughout this series. But the beauty of it, though, too, is they take you back to the cabin and the shit that happens in there. Holy dude, you're gonna be like, oh my god, how come I did not see this beforehand? You know, because I
felt that way too. Yeah,
direct continuation. That's why I didn't want to end October without talking about one of my favorite series of all time, and that's it. It's the Evil Dead franchise as a whole. It is
Hey, Benny.
Yeah,
I think Frankie makes a really good point. Like maybe if they would have did that, you think maybe it would have done a little bit better?
Yeah, they should have started. I'll be honest. It would have been the smarter move, for sure.
Especially like you were talking about the portals and everything. Like if they would have had him with the book and like a bunch of portals and him even looking into multiverses of different places, I think that could have set the movie up, and maybe it would have been a little bit more receptive to the Evil Dead fans or the franchise fans, I should say, to actually want to watch that movie.
You know what? It would have been a smarter move too, for that simple fact that most people, again, Nick just came on and he thought again it was just a remake. It's not a remake. So if you have Bruce starting it off, you're right. You know, he could have done some kind of narration. You could see him with the book in hand because I mean it was still in his possession. And the beginning of this series, you see that it's in his possession.
Why we getting the hijinks we're in?
I can hear Bruce right now. You know, with the book open, the multiverses portal open, and saying, "Well, I really fucked it up this time, didn't I?"
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Arizona, you just saw it before. He read from it because he got high with this chick, and he didn't remember. But when he goes, "What the hell is this?" He opens up the book and he saw there was some pot that was in there in the bag, and he's thinking. And as he's thinking, he's reenacting it in his head, and they were going line from line, reading from the book, and then he drops the weed on the floor and he just goes, "Oh, fuck." And then they have the opening credit, basically.
Yeah, I mean, with this kind of character, it's just so easy to segue into another, like another show or whatever. I mean.
Oh, yeah.
And there's just so many possibilities. I think that's what we really love about it overall. Because it's just, I don't know, it's just so many possibilities, and it's just done really well. But I don't know, like he might be done with the series though. Like he's probably like, I want to move on from this.
He is done.
Yeah, he said it. He goes, that's it. He goes, if people continued watching, he would have been fine. He said, I would have kept making them. He goes, but we couldn't do it anymore. And he goes, I'm hanging up the chainsaw for good. So I mean, you guys, the bootlegging fucked it. Because otherwise I would have kept doing it. He goes, I don't care, because I would have been super old, barely able to lift the damn chainsaw. He goes, but that's what stunt doubles are for. Like he was laughing about that. But he goes, come on, guys, keep supporting it. So at this point, I don't know, unless there's something that could really entice him to do one more. But at this point, I doubt it.
Yeah, I feel like after a certain age too, and you get just tired of the Hollywood mentality, like.
Yeah.
I mean, Jim Carrey, he's a prime example of that too. Like he's just kind of like, unless the script screams, you got to do this, I'm not doing any more movies. Like he's just like, I'm Gucci, man. I worked through my own traumas and stuff. I don't need to be center of attention anymore.
Yeah. No, I hear that. But something like, again, for what he did, again, on this series, because by the time you do get to the last bit of it, it's like, holy shit. He put his heart into the whole thing. He took some amazing big moments in there. It's like, oh my God, this guy's in his late 50s and he's still doing this shit. Holy how? and granted, there were a lot of stunt doubles, but there's other things and moments where you clearly see it's him. He's getting this shit thrown in his face, buckets of blood up his nose, like, and I think it's the opening of season 2. There's a part where he goes in the morgue, and this is one of the most disgusting things you will ever see on any movie, any series, anywhere. And I don't even want to spoil it for the people who haven't
you're
seen
good.
it.
It's one of those things where I'm just like, I want to see it, but at the same time, I know it's going to be disgusting. And It's funny. I like horror, but I also hate it, especially when it's so over the top gory. But like at the same time, I still watch it. Like I'm like, why do I torture myself? Like, why do I do this?
He does the slapstick stuff during that scene, so it's kind of you'll laugh, you'll be so disgusted, but you'll still laugh your ass off.
Oh, it's perfect. Perfect.
And there's another moment where he's in the clinic to donate donate little ashes. He went to the sperm bank, and that whole episode's hilarious too. And what they did in there, because like when evil does hit, he's about to take care of business, and the magazine he's looking through, like it starts to come alive, and the woman starts to like insult him, like, "How dare you, pig!" And he's like, "What the hell?" And her hand comes out of the page and grabs him.
Oh no!
It's hilarious. It's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, I can't wait to actually watch everything. It's a bummer that it had to stop because of the bootlegging, but
yeah. Well,
because like I'm in the film industry, so yeah, it's like please pay subscriptions. It does, if you want good content, we need money, right? Like,
yeah.
Bottom line.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like
with Stars, it was ratings though. That was the biggest problem. Like he said, get it for one day, watch it all, and then cancel it. I don't care. Like I said, I only ever had Stars for a month, but it was the month that his series was on. I would get it for that, watch it, and then when it was over, I was done. That was the only.
Yeah, it's the same with any subscription. I agree. Yeah. It's one of those things where it's like you got to show appreciation. You rate it, you watch it, and that way it encourages more money to flow in. Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah. It's just a bummer. But I just hope that he gets really cool projects from if he wants to continue acting. He's so good at it. It would be such a bummer if he just kind of like stops because of whatever bullshit he has to go through.
Right.
Politics or whatever.
Yeah, it'd be a shame because I don't know, put him in more movies in general because he's entertaining as hell. But the thing is, like Spartacus, again, it didn't have that many things, but the things they did have were great. Soul Assassin, hey bro, yeah, he makes a great point. Stars had Spartacus, they had Black Sails, and they had Ash versus Evil Dead. And Black Sails is one of my favorite series as well. Again, while I was working on my pirate book, again, that was another big influence for sure. But again, I was always into pirate stuff, and when that series hit, I'm like, that's the closest to what I wanted to do anyway. Like I was already writing and working on my book, but I was like, when I actually saw it, because I saw it after the fact, again, didn't have Stars, didn't know anything about this. Had they put these shows on Netflix sooner, because I know when season 3 was airing, they had put season 1 and 2 were on Netflix, and they said it started shooting through the roof. People were watching it like crazy, but I think it was too late at that point because they had already given the axe to it. That's why they finished, 3 up already. But we were hoping and praying, like, oh come on, Netflix, please throw more money at them, make them do it. But it ultimately never happened, which is a shame. But again, it sucks. The bootlegging shit really hurt it all the way. Again, they picked the wrong streaming service. Stars is the only one they said that let them do everything that they wanted to do. That's the other thing out of it. So, it's like a catch-22.
Which is weird because they get HBO on what they've let get by. So that's the other thing I don't get. It's like, really? Stars is the one that was saying, you can do, because these were good shows. Like
they were.
Black Sails, that was one of their big things. Like I was like, okay, because that was one of the series to get whenever that would be on. And if you were lucky enough, you could wait and do it once a year and watch everything.
Yeah, exactly. It's no. They do what they do, man. But hopefully we can still see something come of all this.
Sometimes it's petty stuff. Like it's not even about whether or not the ratings are great or whatever. Sometimes it's just them being petty, unfortunately. Like someone didn't like something someone said, and they're like, you know what?
Yeah, I've seen that happen before, but sadly on this series, they said that everyone who was working on it were truly just, so grateful and thankful that they did, and everyone was laughing. They had an amazing time. They had like a lot of those kind of behind the scenes stuff. I think when it first aired, but So you see kind of what went into it, and you can see people they had joy about everything that they did, because for 30-minute episodes they crammed so much in there, and you could see the amount of work that they put into it. Especially when they hit towards the end of season 1, you could tell like their budget they were saving up for that. And then season 2, I thought everything just looked amazing, absolutely amazing in there. So, but yeah, good stuff. Video game wise, I did not get that newest one. I wanted to until I found out it was just like a Fortnite type thing. There was no real story. I'm like, oh no.
I mean, it is really just online. I mean, you do have like side missions and stuff to like unlock characters and stuff, but it's a fun game. I enjoy the shit out of it. I own it on PS4. It's good.
Nice.
I like
well, if I ever get it for like dirt cheap, because I know like when they hit greatest hits, sometimes, or even when people do trade-ins, you might get it for like, I don't know, especially during the holiday season, maybe like $10 or something. I might do it at that point, but I'm disappointed in that they didn't do a proper story, because like the graphics are amazing. You get the different skins and the different versions of Ash.
Yeah.
You get the whole crew is in there, and you can even play as the Dark Force, from what I understand, like the one that's kind of going through the forest.
Oh, that's beast.
Yeah, you can like possess trees and attack people. Like it's crazy.
Yeah, you can do that. It's a cool game. I mean, yes, the downside is that there's no campaign, which would be really cool if done right. But yeah, but the online aspect is really fun. Like if you like have like friends that like play this game, it's like try to play with them because it's awesome.
Yeah, there's a couple people I was going to do something similar with, and they're like, "No, we're not going to pay for that subscription because they think it's a ripoff." And I mean, I don't blame them, because PS3 you were able to pay for free or play for free online. And when they got like to 4, they changed it all. You need the subscription, all that crap, and like I'm like, oh come on, like that's scummy what they did.
If you can get the game for cheap at some point, I would say definitely get it if you're an Evil Dead fan.
Yeah. I intend to again, but I'm not paying full price right
now.
Yeah, right.
No, it's definitely worth owning at some point though.
Okay, cool. Well, that's good to know. I know to at least experience some of that, for a couple of bucks, sure. But yeah, full price just to experience that. Like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah.
If it's a full game with a story, again, totally different situation. I just picked up Resident Evil Village.
Oh, nice.
Because they did third person finally. It's the gold edition. So now you can see the character, because I can't play just the hand on screen. I get motion sickness too easily.
Oh my god,
can't
me
do
too.
first person.
Right?
I have to do third person too. Like I can't handle the first. Like I love BioShock and all the story, but like legit, I get so sick, and I'm like I can only play for like 10 minutes, and at that point, what's the point, right?
Exactly. I was like,
have you guys seen Silent Hill 2 remake and all the other projects? I'm so excited for those guys. I can't express that enough. And then there's one that's in Japan, and I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm just really excited. Like
there's another
it's all
game
I ever wanted. Yeah, one of them takes place in Japan. So they're gonna remake Silent Hill 2, and then one of them takes place in Japan, and I bet it's gonna be jam packed with all kinds of Japanese lore. So I'm just like, I'm all about it. Then there's also I think there's going to be a feature film and maybe a couple of other games, but Konami really not sold out per se, but really, I think they kind of listen to their fans, although it's not the same with their initial creator, but I'm sure it's going to be great, no doubt.
Yeah.
Just the graphics alone, it's just so impressive.
Yeah, some of the footage they released looked pretty epic, but the thing is, I think it's just PS5 right now.
For now, but
I know. Well, Resident Evil 4 remake, they said it's going to be PS4, so that got me over the moon. Because at first I was like, oh man, 5. I saw the graphics, I'm like, holy shit, that looks great. But then they released even more information, and they came out and said it's going to be available for PS4 as well, because they want more people to get an opportunity to play it. And yeah, I showed it on one of my streams. Holy shit. Resident Evil 4 is going to be one of those games where people are going to be talking about it nonstop as well. Like they did with the remake of 2. hands down one of my favorites.
Yeah, I was about to say the remake of 2 and 3 were very good.
Yes.
But like, I'm not that much of a fan of the 4th one. So I'm sure it's gonna be great. Not gonna qualm that, but it's just one of those things where I'm just like,
Have you seen any of the footage from the remake of 4?
It's not just about the footage or whatever. I know it's going to be beautiful. It's the story, as well as just when you put too much power into the character, it kind of horror loses its appeal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think what I really liked about with Last of Us, I'm throwing that out there because I'm a major fan and a nerd.
The first game is epic on every level.
Exactly.
That's nearly a perfect game.
Well, yeah, I could go on. I could write a whole essay about all the games. I'm a major Naughty Dog fan, and it's one of the studios I want to work for in the future. So, but like, what they do so well is just the game mechanics. In the second one, oh my god, it's just it's so because like you could feel the movement, you could feel the weight, you could feel the adjustment, you could feel them like drawing the bow. It's just beyond me. And I want to play the first one so bad again with the remake and the beautiful graphics and all that. Obviously, right now I'm just like, I want to be away from my computer, guys. Let's face it, I'm on here like 12 hours a day. So, but it's one of those things where I just admire the artistry of it all, and I can go on a tangent, but
they're beautiful. Yeah, I've got like almost all the art books and stuff too.
I have all the art books, special edition and stuff. Oh, you bet I have it. I have a freaking Ellie statue. Hell yeah!
See, that's the thing though that I do love what they're doing with Capcom. Going back and redoing those games. So a lot of people say, yeah, it's not necessary. We already had the port over of 4 and all that. But when they showed the graphics and stuff, I know a few other friends that were like, yeah, like I don't need to get it. And then they saw like the trailer and the footage that they showed and like, holy shit, I need to get this.
Yeah, it's worth it. It's worth it. Like, to see how much development over a period of 20 years, it's impressive. Like, I mean, even with The Last of Us, it was like a 10-year anniversary. Let's reboot this crap. Like, and I'm sure they did. They even rebooted the DLCs and everything. No, I feel like.
Oh wow.
I know a lot of people are like, oh, it's unnecessary, but I'm like, but look at it. You can't tell me it's the same game. Look at how beautiful the mechanics. They even added jiggle to muscles. Come on, dude. Like.
There's so many other different things that they actually could do with this franchise, because there is enough people out there who would be thirsty to have more shit. One of the things that I think they could easily do with this franchise is they could do a Doom-esque like game with Ash, but it's just all like Deadites shooting down instead of just demons like in the Doom game, and they could do something like that easily, and I guarantee people would buy that up in a heartbeat.
Again, it's a great franchise. There's no need for it to die out at any level. But real quick though, Runner City's got to get going.
Sorry, I gotta get going.
No problem, brother.
School tomorrow.
Dude. Let everyone know where they can find you and anything else you'd like to say before you go.
All right. My name's Runner Blaze is my channel name. I'm also on Twitter, and every Wednesday at God, I forget what time it is. I think it's 8:30 Central Standard Time. I'm on Fanzine's channel on the Physical Media Show. We talk about physical media, Blu-ray, 4Ks, DVDs, all that type of stuff, and we talk about all the news and new releases coming out, because physical media is so much more important right now than it has before, and it's a hobby I like to do, but it's costing me a lot of money as well. But
it's not a hobby, it's a way of life.
I was about to say.
With Tommy's collection of stuff, dude.
At this, oh my God, I mean, I could show you my collection, but it's so much damn stuff now. It's not even funny.
It gets like that though. I had to slow down on a lot of collecting and stuff, because I'm just like, I have too much crap, and then now it's like getting rid of stuff and
Oh God, who did you say that was again? Runner, I got to write that down. Fan who? Fans. Fan scene.
Fan dickhead. That's his name. He's a real dick.
Fanzines are.
First you want to kill me, now you want to kiss me. Blow.
Fanzine's a really good guy. I don't think enough justice has been done to him by you, Runner. Shame on you, because you're always on his show. Fanzine's an awesome guy trying to keep physical media alive. There with Runner and Tom Connors from Midnight's Edge. If you guys haven't checked out, you should definitely stop by Fanzine's channel, subscribe, and watch Runner, Fanzine, and Tom talk about physical media that keeps it the way that we love it. Perfect and not tampered with by
hell yeah
corrupt industry.
And in all seriousness, Fanzine, or Greg is what I call him, is a good guy, but he is if you ever watch the show, he's an absolute dick to me. Like almost anyone else.
You need better friends, bro.
Yeah, I don't know why you put up that. So when your blaze runs out, Runner, are you going to be Runner Ember after that? I'm just kind of curious.
Runner Ember,
no comment. But literally every friend of mine is a dick, but in a good way.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
so long as they don't bully you into a corner, don't let baby be put in a corner.
We're all assholes to each other.
We have our.
But as long as it's in good spirit, because there's some people who just can't take jokes and then they cry a lot.
Oh my god,
and whine everybody. It's like, oh, come on.
I mean, there's some people like that, but then some people are like, okay, now you're pushing the boundary. There's a threshold, where you're like, okay,
yeah,
I'm good for the night, bro. Like,
right. Although
ego hurts.
although Tommy, he goes for the jugular on one person in particular all the time. I can't help but laugh nonstop.
Tree humper.
Yeah. Well, again, the bumper I had was too savage, so I removed it and I replaced it with the Biden stuff, which is, I think, even funnier now, to be honest. And more people.
Oh man, he's really gonna hate me because I even titled it when I tweeted it out. We were gonna make Wee Man Walt cry because it was leaf fire porn. That's what I titled it, and then I burned the leaves. So,
oh jeez.
Oh.
But I gotta get going, guys. Thank you for
having
me
man.
on. It was great.
Dude, yeah.
It was great talking about Evil Dead.
Hell yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Night, Runner.
It was a pleasure having you, man. Have a great night.
You too.
See ya.
Good dude. All right, excellent. But yeah, oh shit, we've been going 2.5 hours already too. Yeah, we could start wrapping up though. Because I'm sure it's getting late for a few people as well. So yeah, I hope everyone had a good time talking about this tonight. We will hit some more other like different franchises and stuff too in the future. I think it's always fun to talk about the things we actually enjoy and not just the people who cry and whine and bitch and have nothing good to put out there. We have great stuff here. We have fantastic series in movies and stuff that we love. We have some creators on panel as well. Sadly, Chris Fisk couldn't make it on tonight, and we love hearing from him. He's got one of those infectious laughs that everyone loves, but he also has a fantastic book out there called Infinitel Chronicles War of the Trees. And you can find that on Amazon as well if you guys are into elves and all that kind of great stuff.
It's a bit of a story, lots of fun, reminds you of D&D. You don't know what's going to happen, but you know something great's going to happen right around the corner.
Yeah, fantastic series. He put up on Amazon, so you guys could find it there. But he is working on the second book right now, and he's doing 2 versions on this book. I don't know how. Guy's crazy. He's got 2 teams of artists working, and you're going to get 2 different takes.
I partially blame myself for that because I had actually suggested, since he had 2 guys, 2 teams working on it, and he wanted to see who was better and what everybody liked. I said, why not just do it both? Then you could have like 2 different versions of the same book. And I blame myself for that. I shouldn't have given him that idea. I should learn to shut up sometimes.
It's not a joke, though. Like, I mean, personally,
it is.
I don't know. I like comics that are consistent. Like, I don't know if you guys ever read the comic Rat Queens. I'm like a major fan of that one artist who initially started with that writer, but then they changed, I think, towards the end, and it doesn't have the same energy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think it's still cool to have like 2 different versions, especially it's just a different approach.
Oh, for sure. And again, both of his teams are doing a great job. Like he has the people who worked on the first one, but then he has another team, a husband and wife team that are working on because he was trying to figure out. I'm not going to get into his business, but rest assured, though, you're going to have an amazing book. And Chris, again, when he does his campaigns, he goes all out for you guys. It's because of him why I decided to get like the acrylic standees and stuff. Yeah, it's just, again, Chris is a legend. And on the Amazon version, he does have the thank you page for all the people who backed him on the actual Indiegogo campaign. So
see my name up there, right there at the top. I'm up there somewhere.
Excellent, man. I'm here as well. He went alphabetical order. Yep, we're all on here. So yeah, if you backed it when he was still running the campaign, he does have it up here for you're immortalized.
That's why when we meet him, I make you sign by your name when I bring the book with me. I'll be like, oh,
you know what? I am really disappointed. He's got my slave name up there. He doesn't got Tommy and the Guinea Pig Collective. I am highly offended.
Slave name.
You used your slave name.
Yeah. And just like Ashley he slashed the price for you guys. So if you want to go grab that book, the link is in the description on YouTube. So definitely click on there, and go give Chris a lot of love and support, man. He's a great dude. That's for sure. And I'll play mine. Hold on, because we have again, this was it was helped out by ETEP doing Macho Man's voice, and Chris put this together for me. So here's a little bit of the Vinny plug.
If you don't log on to Indiegogo and support Shadow with the Kraken by Vinnieart Mello, let me tell you something. You will never know how sweet it is to see that pirate booty. Oh yeah, there's pirate booty, there's violence, there's mystery, and there's mysticism, and there's intrigue in the story, like the which you've never seen before or never see again from the madness. That's only if you back Shadow with the Kraken on Indiegogo from one of the most dependable creators in the independent community. This will be his 6th campaign he's got to fill. Oh yeah, and he'll fill this campaign, and then he'll fill Billy's mom.
But yeah, if you guys,
that was great, dude.
It was fantastic. The Billy's mom bit was the Robert Loggia thing. He did a commercial back in the 90s for orange juice, and the kid wouldn't drink his juice. So he goes, who would make you drink it? He goes, I don't know, Robert Loggia. So he walks in, Billy, drink your juice. And you can see that Billy's mom was getting plowed by Robert Loggia.
Oh my god.
His mom was kind of hot. Not gonna lie.
It was funny shit. But yeah, so if you guys haven't, jump on it. This book, again, this is all me. I wrote it, drew it, penciled it, inked it, painted it, did the lettering. I wore all the hats on this. 52 pages. Every page looks like a painted cover. A glorious, amazing story. And again, I went kind of more realistic in certain aspects of this because I wanted to get like the feel down of that kind of pirate life and what it is to survive. But then we do have supernatural elements in here. We got this awesome skull that actually is it's a map. There's multiple kind of locations and things going on that. It's coded as well, so there's extra mystery in this story. And again, we got the acrylic standees. These are still available, so I'm going to be doing them on all my campaigns now. So eventually you can get like.
Nice.
Thank you,
have
brother.
those. They are sick.
Oh, I'm so happy too, man. Always thank you for that support, Adam.
Man.
But yeah, I want to do like a whole line of like all the characters from my universe of books and stuff. So yeah,
I want to know what's in that barrel, Vinny. What's in that barrel? Because the picture of her, it almost looks like she's vibrating. What's in the barrel?
Electric eels.
Tommy, come on,
nice,
it's
bro.
the acrylic thing. All right, she's vibrating. Whatever. She's shaking.
I thought for sure I was going to get a Loggia for that one. I thought there was a Loggia coming.
There's always.
He wanted it.
He's collecting them.
Not okay.
Oh.
You get a Loja and a Dom DeLuise.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you guys haven't, please consider supporting this one. They ship immediately. All my books are ready to go. So again, amazing story here. Everyone who's gotten it absolutely loved it. Yeah, so we got a great villain in this series as well. He's pursuing the main characters. You find out more about all that stuff and kind of where this book is going to go. Yeah, I'm sorry. I do give really big cliffhangers, but again, it's something that you're going to want to read and you want to know more about the series as we go on with it. So yeah, jump on that. We have Through the Woods, the hardcover.
Absolutely, man. If you guys haven't backed that one by now, you really should. I tell you what, it is so good that I didn't just back it once. I didn't back it twice. I backed it 4 times because it's so good.
He did, man.
Don't miss out on it.
Brother, thank you so much. Again, over and over again. You are a fantastic friend and a great supporter. And hell yeah, man. But again, we're the independent people who we want to bring more great stuff out there. We know that these big companies, they're shitting on people. They're doing these weird agendas and all their stories. You're not going to find that stuff over here. You're going to just find an awesome tale. Speaking of spooky stuff, cabins in the woods, all that great stuff. We got Through the Woods. Hardcover, 98 pages. We're talking nearly 100 pages here, this book is. And again, in a European format. One of the best stories. People love this. We have Kelsey Shannon did the cover to the Ash Can. So if you want that, again, best way of getting it, again, is the featured tier. Jump on this. You're going to love it. This is a completed story. Frankie knows in the chat. That's my brother. He's the co-writer and co-creator of this one. So yeah, we had some teamwork on this. I drew everything. Again, did all the lettering, painted it. I did the works, the heavy lifting, as they say. But this is a great story. I think you guys are going to love it. It's a ghost story that takes place in upstate New York. You find out that the newly inherited property was actually a loggers camp about 100 years in the past. And yeah, you find out about all the kind of horrible things that had happened. And where this story goes is pretty cool. People, when they finished reading it, they said they got very emotional with it. They love where we went. So when you could get that kind of reaction out of people, then you know you did your job right. And trust me, there's a lot of great stuff going on in this series. Again, lighting, mood. I play with an awesome story element in here. When we go into the past, I kind of go sepia. There's a crucial part in the story where I kind of pull you in with this, and then as I kind of go throughout the pages in a certain sequence, I kind of pull you into the past, and it becomes full color to kind of immerse the viewer even more into kind of what had happened. But again, perfect for Halloween, for the whole spooky season. You're going to want to back stuff like this if you haven't already. I urge you to. Yeah, this is an epic story. So get ready for some good stuff. If you haven't gotten it yet, jump on that. And yeah, again, it's a bigger book, 8.5 by 11 inches. Yeah, you're gonna love it. It's perfect for your collections. And last but not least, we have City of Venus. This again, this is the first issue. I'm currently working on the second book now. It's going to be 52 pages. This one was a little bit shorter. It was more of your standard kind of comic size, 32 pages front cover to back. But the sequel will be 52 pages and perfect bound. That's what I want to do with these. And yeah, if you're into a kind of post-apocalyptic future, hot chicks, action, science, monsters, other great surprises, this is going to be the book for you. Again, I know people have been waiting on the sequel on this. This is all me. Again, and this story is going to go into some really crazy places. The sequel is going to have more backstory on the main character, because I know on the first one we kind of just pulled the viewer into it, but with her, you kind of learning everything, what's kind of going on, kind of set up the rules of that world for the people who are kind of unaware of what's going on. And yeah, this is going to be one hell of a story in a series. So don't miss out on it. And yeah, it is the next campaign I'll be working on. Wait, that's not true. I might do a collected kind of sketchbook thing soon as well. I've been playing around with different things I want to do. So, but either way, the sequel's coming, and I am working on it. So, just bear in mind, I had done 6 back-to-back campaigns, running them all by myself and everything. It's been monumental to say the least. So that's why they called me the Fulfillment King. You guys called me that. So yeah, Vinny's always burning at both ends. I feel like Ash right now. But anyway, so here are the great stuff. And you can get the 2 art books on this campaign as well. And they're 52 pages, all kinds of crazy, awesome artwork in here. Your favorite characters, other things I can't show on here, but, you know, out of comics, movies, you name it, it's pretty much in here. So, yeah, some Alice in Wonderland artwork, pinup stuff. Yeah, it's awesome. So those 2 books, you get plenty out of that. If you want to get all 3 books, it's very easy to do. You just hit the featured tier and you do the add-on for the volume 1, and you get all 3 and save a little bit on shipping. So there we go. I'm done with my shilling for tonight. Apologies to the people who've seen it about 1 million times, but yeah, I just wanted to make sure we do that. We're gonna go around the horn right now, and yeah, we'll do ladies first. So yeah, Araceli, anything you'd like to say? If you want people to find you, or if you just whatever you want to say about the stream tonight, go for it.
Yeah, no, it was cool. I was popping in and out. I had some stuff I got to do around my house because, you know, Sunday.
Oh, yeah,
but yeah, no, I was happy to be a part of the stream. A little bit about myself. I am a CG artist. I work on Disney Junior shows, Disney shows. You'll see some of my work on Disney Plus. I worked on feature films. I'm still pretty new to the career, but I also was an illustrator and photographer. Well, one of the films is unreleased, so I can't really talk too much about it. That was the film I worked on in Hong Kong. So we'll see. It should be released within the next year or so, hopefully. I mean, it's an independent animation studio, so it's kind of hard to gauge of like, will it ever be released? Because it's a common practice that like, even if you did do your work and sometimes it just there's certain movies or stories that are never released. Yeah, just because of budget.
You don't have to explain it to me. I understand very well.
Yeah.
What about your Disney Plus stuff? What have you done over there?
Well, so like, okay, so I worked on some Disney Junior shows like Tots. So that one's like a penguin and flamingo. It's for kids, right? It's a penguin and flamingo delivering animal babies to their new forever homes. It's really cute. And they have like some wacky, dumb adventures, and it's all over the place. It's fantastic. I really enjoyed that one. Yeah. Very colorful lighting. Oh, and just to specify, I'm a lighting compositing artist. So that's basically like, it's CG. So it's like photography mixed with painting, but like in 3D. But since it's a TV show, a lot of the process is expedited.
Do you have anything that you could show us right now? Like that you could show the audience for what you're talking about? Like, do you have anything you could share on your screen? Like,
let me see. I mean, I think all my episodes have aired for a couple of the shows I've worked on. Let me see here. Give me a second to actually have. I think there was one where they showed like a whole sequence that I worked on their LinkedIn. So maybe I could show you that one for that show. The other show is still, it's still broadcasting. So I don't think I can show that one, or maybe I'll have to check Disney Plus. But so I worked on Tots. I worked on Firebuds, which is apparently a very popular show now. It's about like a bunch of kids who like to save the day, and it's a bunch of what the protagonists are all like people of color. So like one's Filipino, and they show like different elements of their culture. It's a really cute show. The other one is like the current one that I'm working on is Alice Wonderland Bakery, which is also another kids show that's I'm working on season 2. The other shows are like both season 1. Oh, well, Tots was season 3, and then Firebuds was season 1. So I think the first show I worked on. So like basically I worked on like 4 different shows this year. It's not including the Star Wars show that I was working on. So yeah, by the end of my contract, I I worked on 4 different shows. I was going to work on Monsters at Work, which is a Pixar exclusive that's done with my studio.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's
so, yeah, I'm so tired, guys. Like,
oh, I believe it. I know what goes into a lot of this stuff too, and yeah.
Yeah, especially when you jump different shows. I mean, I am so grateful for the opportunity and learning experience, and I get to connect with so many people, so much more talented than me. Because really, what makes or breaks a show is your coworkers, right? The artists that it's a team, it's a team effort, and you're only as good as the people you surround yourself with. And I have to say, holy crap, I am very fortunate to be surrounded by such talented artists.
Awesome.
Let me see if I could find the something.
No pressure either. Like even if the stuff you can't show, it'll be too late or whatever. You could show that stuff another time too. I mean, you're always welcome back. And yeah, I just think this is all great.
You guys put me on the spot. I was like, not ready.
You're on stream with Liam Gray here. What do you expect? This is what happens.
Liam does it from time to time, but it's all right. It's because he genuinely does want to know. He's interested in all this stuff because he's come from this side of things too. He's ready for some big stuff. Liam's awesome. His project's great. Yeah, we mentioned it earlier. Kakashi Murder Dolls. But he's got a kids project that is in the works as well. It's for everyone. It's not really just for kids, but it's for everybody. It's epic. Wonder Island, just another beautiful project. But all right, we're talking about you. Fine, Liam, go ahead. Tell the people, and I'll pull it up.
How you guys doing? My name's Liam Gray. I am Australia's #1 crowdfunder of comic books and manga. Manga's what I do. You're going to be seeing a bit more of that in the coming year. We got some exciting stuff slated, but right now on the market we have an all-age adventure series, fantasy series. For fans of Hunter x Hunter and Celtic or Irish folklore and mythology, something you don't see a lot of, and that's called Wonder Island. But right here, this is the one we're just closing out. We're about to go into fulfillment on this one. This is Kakashi Murder Dolls, KMD. We still have 5 limited collector illustrations available, but this is a 64-page science fiction horror story about I guess sort of an alternate Australia, an alternate world. This is set on the world of Xenotype. It's part of my larger Xenoverse series, and it's about sacrificial scarecrow soldiers who and now we're over on Wonder Island. We got to keep moving up.
I'm just pulling it up, buddy. I'm just pulling it up, not cutting it off. Keep going.
It's all good.
Keep going, Kakashi.
Sorry, I'm still getting over a bit of thing, but if you just scroll down a little bit, you'll see that we've added up our poster, so you can see the post that you're going to be getting now.
Beautiful.
So this is Kakashi Murder Dolls, and it's about these. It's about the Sawtell siblings, which are these 2 adopted siblings. They're not actually related to each other. They're that are taken in by a legendary scarecrow, Lloyd Sawtell. And they're raised in this rural farming community. It's their job to protect against the Ziz, which are these giant monstrous birds that have essentially consumed the countryside, ravaged the land, and plunged society into absolute chaos. From the ashes of Tartary, they rise. This is a series about being independent. It's got underlying themes of genetically modified organisms, GMOs, talks about genetically altering food and the risk and dangers it could potentially have to society and the world at large. There's a little bit of political play involved in the larger meta. The Ziz must die. Kill the Ziz. That's right. But we put a lot of really hard work into this, and I was really proud of it in the end. So if you're waiting to find creators that are going to tell brave stories and aren't afraid to shirk away from harder topics, then definitely check out work from Conquest. And this is Kakashi. This is available now. We're at printers, so we'll probably be doing fulfillment in about a week. And this is one of our smaller run projects, so we've only got like 58 sales on this one. So basically, this will be a bit of a collector's collector's thing as far as my work for my company comes. And 64 pages, beautiful book. Definitely check it out if you haven't. You get a whole bunch of cool stuff along with it as well. And thanks, Vinny, for letting me showcase the project. I'd pitch it a bit better if I was planned, but I just found out that my baby's in hospital, so I'm a bit sort of all over the place. Yeah,
I'm sorry.
If you gotta go,
no, I can't go anywhere or do anything. The wife is took the baby down to the local pool to go for a swim, and the left side of her neck is swollen up for some reason that we don't know.
Oh shit!
So she's down at the hospital right now. I'm stuck at home.
It might just be an infection. Oh,
could be.
Yeah,
I hope so. She's
It'll be
she's not in
okay.
pain or anything. I'm just sitting here glued to my phone trying to be a broadcaster at the same time.
Oh no!
Oh, dude, yeah. Holy shit.
Oh
dude,
my gosh! No,
send
it'll be
prayers.
okay.
Yeah,
Good
send them prayers
vibes.
regardless, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good vibes. Good vibes.
Yeah,
It'll
good
be
vibes.
okay.
I'm sure it's
stressful.
fine. I'm sure it's fine. I'm just the wife says not to worry. Elle's happy. Everything's good. We're just waiting to see the doctor.
That's good.
Yeah, but this is
as long as
this
she's
is
not in pain or anything.
Yeah, I'm sure it's
Exactly.
fine. It's just maybe some swelling with the lymph nodes or something. And it's good that you guys are proactive, but I'm sure it's totally not going to be serious. It's going to be here's an antibiotic and you're Gucci.
Exactly.
Okay.
But yeah,
I understand. It's your baby.
I know it's my first daughter, and I'm overly protective, But Kakashi is a action science fiction horror series. There are elements there. This has a lot of stuff in it. There's a lot of layers. It's very community driven. We've had a lot of support from some very generous backers that have helped make this possible. This is just the first part of 4 parts. So do check it out if you guys haven't. As you can see, we've got critical acclaim from the largest mangaka in the world. Just down there, we've got Akira Toriyama, we've got Oda. These are guys that created Dragon Ball, One Piece, Slam Dunk. Some of the biggest, most successful manga series in the world are fans of my work, love what I'm doing, and think that you should support it too. So if you like what they're doing, have some confidence in what I'm doing. This is going to be a fantastic series. It's got sexy ladies. It's got twists and turns. It's got compelling characters, and yeah, we need you guys to make this possible. Without you guys, there is no book. There's no continuation. But that's Kakashi. So I'm excited about that. That's cool stuff that's happening there.
Yeah, it's beautiful. And and again, Yuka Cross, who worked on this, again, trained her a little bit. Finally got to meet her a couple weeks ago. A great, talented person. So support this book. It really is amazing. And here's the other one. Both of them are working on as well.
Yeah, and this is Wonder Island. We're finished up with this one. We're just getting the colors done. But we might go over and redo a bunch of this when we finish, because we got a month off now. We got nothing to do. I sent off Yuka to Disneyland to enjoy herself, and Disney World, whichever one it is. I don't know. It's America. So she's off having fun over there for a while, and this is being colored by a colorist still. But it's about 200 or so pages, something like that. It's the first half of it's the first half of the first arc, which is Yuka's first book. It's a story of Arwen of Brightwater, a young city builder orphan that was raised in Tir na Nog, which is Brightwater, the land of eternal youth, and he's a bit of a mischief maker, a bit of a troublemaker, and he sets in motion a series of events that put in peril his own his kingdom and what he's sworn to protect. And so it falls to him to set right what he's done wrong, basically. But his real power is he's able to sort of see the world a little bit differently to everyone else. He's raised among immortal fairies, and he's sort of raised like a dog, because they don't really understand mortals or anything. They don't really understand that. So it's a little bit Peter Pan, a little bit it's hard to explain. Like I said, it's Hunter x Hunter. It's an adventure series, So, man, you can tell I'm off my pitch game. Hey,
hey, dude,
it's all good.
No worries.
Adventure, cool adventures.
My head's in 3 different places right now. I'm sorry.
Which is totally understandable.
Yeah, it's a cool adventure series. It's had lots of support. We're grateful for that too. It's a great series. Give it a shot. It's not just for little kids. We put so much work into this. It's going to be something that everyone can enjoy. I wanted it to be like the kind of stuff we had when we were younger, like Willow and stuff, where it's like it could be enjoyed by everyone, like Dark Crystal, Labyrinth. That's sort of what I'm channeling when I'm working on this stuff. And I've just given it a nice anime aesthetic from sort of in the retro Tezuka style so that it'll be timeless, you know? And it's got mysteries, it's got puzzles, it's got games, each page has finder activities in it, like Where's Waldo, Where's Wally book. You know, we got really cool stuff happening with this.
It is beautiful, man. And hey, I helped you guys a little bit there with that cover. So if you want the main book, we'll get the main book as well. I mean, come on.
For sure.
Just the main edition. There's a lot of great options in here, digital edition as well. So something for everybody.
If you've only got $10 to throw around, you know, like because things are tight right now with Halloween and Christmas coming up, digital's there for $10. It's lots of people insisted on that. They called for digital, but I haven't had seemingly much demand for it, which is why I didn't do it in with Kakashi, you know. But it is there for those who want to show me that digital is the way of the future. Yeah.
Dude, absolutely, man. Dude, thank you, Liam, for being here again. I didn't get to hear from you yet on what was, by the way, what is your favorite Evil Dead, your first experience with it? Which movie did you see first? And
the first movie that I saw was the first Evil Dead film. I saw it on VHS. I used to watch stuff when I was pretty young, and we, you know, like my mother was a big horror fan, and so I saw a bunch of old horror movies that way. But I would say that my favorite would have to be Army of Darkness. You know, like Army of Darkness it's hilarious, and it's got so many good one-liners in it. Like it's got so much punch to it. You know, it's fantastic. Yeah, I mean, I'm a big fan of the series. Like I said, I own all of it. I own all the films, and I think I own the whole series too. But I might actually go back and rewatch the live action series, or the TV series.
Ash vs. Evil Dead. Yeah, I'm telling you, man. I've been watching them again this past week. You know, here and there between working and stuff, and holy shit, it's so much fun. It truly is. It's one of those things. It puts a smile on your face for something that has Evil Dead in the title. Like it's great. It's perfect for Halloween. So if you guys haven't,
it's great. Yeah, it's a great Halloween. It's a great Halloween film. Like the whole thing is just. I think that the horror's gone. You know, I mean, like this sort of represented like an era. You know, we're talking about doing like Hellraiser and Chucky and Jason and crossovers with this, and the reason is because, you know, Evil Dead was sort of the most accessible path in. Some of these things, like, you know, like Nightmare on Elm Street and stuff, might have been more successful, bigger, you know, more popular. But this is something that can generally serve as a central tether to these other major horror franchises. And I saw the Chucky remake and I wasn't impressed. And it's like, there's this sort of edge to 80s and 90s comedy, you know, like, horror. There's a sort of comedic edge to it that just they've stripped away. And nowadays, all our horror movies are just about ghosts and demons and shit. And they're not, like, even though the Deadites are pretty demonic, like, look at how much character they have. Look what they are. They're not just spirits. It's not just another paranormal activity. And
I know what you mean. It's sorry for interrupting, but I agree 500,000 million%, dude. Like it's frustrating because a lot of these characters, they're meant to be symbolic. They're meant to say something. And that's why they hold so much character, so much personality. But now everything's more generic, and then it's always the next slasher film and more gore and this and that. I mean, you know, cheap thrills. And
I mean, it's all good for cheap thrills, but we need more.
We need,
you know,
yes, we need creativity. That's the thing. It's what makes it so profound. Like I love Hellraiser, like the whole franchise. I could watch it, or Bride of Chucky. Come on, Jennifer Tilly and all that. Oh,
yes,
exactly,
you know,
hell
exactly,
yes.
yeah.
I totally understand where you're coming from. It's very frustrating because all of them harbor so much personality and so much background. You could tell that they actually kind of thought about how these characters function, what their psychology is.
Well, this stuff came out of indie independent thought. You know, I'm not going to be like the indie shout. Like these are like, oh, we've got this idea for this little franchise, and then this little franchise was able to grow and explode into something because people were able to enjoy it. You know, like, and you can come out of there with this sort of. It's like the punk rock spirit. You know, like you can't have these corporate shill bands. You can't have corporate shill horror movies. It's not going to have the same fucking visceral truth to it, you know. It's not going to have the same edge.
Yeah, you can't generalize something, especially. But then when you look at how the culture is shifting, a lot of the culture, it's not that they're not creative, but it's just the creativity is not. It's just derivative of something that's already.
Everything is super derivative, and everything is like. Let's check tropes. So what they do is like the writing teams, they'll sit down and they'll check, oh, did we do this? Did we do this? Did we do this? Okay, we've successfully made a new film. Like you have a look at these remakes that they did of Nightmare on Elm Street and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
You'll see, yep, they check all the boxes. But it doesn't feel like it takes itself too seriously, and it's like pantomime. You know, it's not. It doesn't have that edge. And
the nuance. There's a nuance to it.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like you need that. You need to sort of understand what you're making, and that's one of the reasons that we started having problems at like Marvel Comics, DC Comics. Like you had these people that came in that, and sorry for dragging the stream on, guys, but we had these people that came in that didn't understand these characters, didn't understand what it was to actually make a Spider-Man book. They just understood it has to have these three elements and a scene with him, swinging here. This is what we need to do to make a comic, and you end up with trash, right? And it doesn't have the substance that we need.
And like, manliness. He makes a great point. The money's too big for people to take chances, and that's exactly it. It's the independent people who will go out on a limb. They'll do the crazy thing. They'll try something different. You know, and that's what makes things grow, and it's even better. Look at some of the shit that we're doing in the independent scene. You know, it's things that I'm not seeing the mainstream tackle. Some of the stuff that I talked about before.
Sorry for interrupting, but it's mainly because there's too many cooks in the kitchen, guys. Like, the money is too big for people to take chances. Totally agree.
That's why why Del Toro's managing to pull off what he's doing with some success, because Del Toro's a guy that came from the indies, who like one of the last guys. It was just this little independent nobody who just came in and was able to get in the door before it closed behind him, and now he's got money to make things and express his creative vision. You know?
And that's what I want to do with. So like I do work in film, obviously, but like that's kind of like where my level is. I want to get into direction or directing and writing and all that, but it's like, oh, man, it's such a feat, and it's so difficult if you don't have the right connections. I mean, just getting my job was, I had to sacrifice a lot, guys. I'm telling you right now, it was hard as hell. Like no life. But it's one of those things where, like that's why I love Guillermo del Toro, because like although it took him a while, he's funding his own projects and he's just killing it. And it's
and he's got his vision. He's got vision. Yeah. I'm really impressed with what he's been able to pull off, you know, like.
Well, fun fact on that stuff too. Do you know this guy? He does all of his own artwork too. He's got like a book, almost like a Bible for everything.
I have it. Cabinet of
wow.
Curiosities. I have it. Yeah, I bought it a while ago. I think it was like in 2017 when it came out, and I got it. And if he releases any more art books and stuff, by all means, I'm gonna fucking get it. Like, I love his work. He's so talented.
Mainly, you're saying that too, because James Cameron sort of like that a little bit too, but he lost his way with the big budget movies over the decades. Yeah, and there's other stuff too with Cameron that he's kind of tied to really nefarious, allegedly. I probably shouldn't be saying that anyway. But Guillermo del Toro, on the other hand, yes, his artwork and stuff that he's done, he'll break down a vase in the background of something. Like he'll sketch everything out that he wants in a scene. It's truly epic what this guy does. And he was going to actually make a Frankenstein movie. I don't know if you guys were aware of that. And he was putting a ton of work into it, years of drawings and stuff, and it just all went up in smoke. He was supposed to be attached to like when they were bringing back these monster movies and shit, and they ruined it.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Well,
but he's like, I'm not going to tie my name with that. It's not something I'm proud of, right? So I mean,
exactly.
But the thing is, he can do that. Like some creators, like depending on what their contract is or what their finances are like, you know, like I understand. I don't like everyone's like, oh, he's a sellout. But you got to understand, these are people who need to pay bills, guys. Like it's not just one and done. It's like we all have bills. We all got to live. They're human beings.
Yeah,
of course.
And it's like people are going to go, oh, whoa, boo hoo, poor, woe is him. But I mean, like, I couldn't do what I'm doing if I didn't like work like a fucking slave for 14 years, right? Like, I'm able to take a risk on these indies because I got people like King of Squibs in the chat who's backing me up, who's making this possible. But like, I'm just scraping by. Like, I've got no more money coming in from corporate. I got no royalties coming into me anymore. Like, I'm just fucking scraping by. And so what I'm doing on these books here, like, I'm trying to just create the things that I've heard people say that they're asking for. We're talking about Frankenstein with Del Toro. I mean, there's a lot of Frankenstein in KMD, you know, like there's a reason that these guys are, I don't want to, this is just for you guys, but like, there's a reason that these guys are powered up when they run across the power lines by the electricity. Like there's a lot more going on in what I've got throughout this whole series. Like, that I really want to be able to express. And I wish that I had like enough support, enough backers that I could bring the costs down really low for everyone and be delivering on the largest scale as these guys. But right now we're starting out small. So to be able to express this vision and tell these stories, we've got to do it this way. And it's like, it's the only way forward. And it's like, I can't compromise my vision. I might not be able to sit here and pitch you a book really all that well when I'm not prepared. I'm not suited up or anything. But like, I put the amount of work that we put into our work, guys. Like you would not believe.
Again, people put
we're talking about 12 hours. Okay, like even with so like you guys are champions in your own right. Like I understand because also I am an artist as well. Like I did photography, I did illustration, I worked those 3-4 jobs just to support myself. Right now I'm not doing it as much just because I'm working in the industry and I'm experiencing burnout because mind you, I've been doing 12-hour shifts, no weekends for 5-6 months, guys, on kids shows. So it's like I'm living the dream, quote unquote, but really I don't have a life. You sacrifice so much time and effort to produce. And it's the same.
I couldn't do it now if I didn't have a family. I didn't have kids or family or anything. I could now I'm struggling to keep all of this going. I'm doing like 4 people's jobs, right? I'm training an artist, I'm doing storyboarding, I'm developing properties. I've got like a whole bunch of stuff that's coming out. I'm raising a new daughter. And it's
I discuss it with everyone. No, I feel you. It's not, you don't have a life. I just started going out now that I have some semblance because this show it's better managed than the other show that I worked on. So it's not as much of overtime, but like, I don't think people understand how much goes into a production, how much goes into our work. And
you just wake up, you brush your teeth, you have a shower, you sit down, and then you're like, oh shit, it's like 9:30 at night.
You're like, what happened?
And it's thankless, but it's like
well,
we love what we do. That's the thing.
Yes,
we are very passionate about what we do, and we can't imagine doing anything else. But at the same time, you're just like, oh my god, why? Like why?
Yeah. People have seen how I basically Yeah, I don't know how the hell I'm doing the stuff that I've been doing too, and getting things out on time. Again, Papa Cotton, he said out there too. He's still waiting on the only book he's ever backed, and it's it's over a year he's been waiting. Brother, you should have been backing me. You get all your stuff right away.
Yeah, hey,
and at the highest quality. But see, to that point too, and Liam's aware of it.
I'm gonna be fulfilling in like a week. Like I fulfilled on time with Xenotype. Like, don't give a fuck what people say. Like, that book came on time. A couple of people even got it like half a week early. Like, we bust our ass to meet our deadlines. We're professional people here. Like.
Yeah.
Kakashi Murder Doll was put together in 30 days, and then we had to wait for our money to come through. So we added like an extra 20 pages to it while we're just waiting, Like, so now you're getting a full 64-page, square bound book.
Yeah.
It's like $25.
It's epic right there. And again, and see, on top of everything else too, it's like working the crazy hours that I have to get these and all that stuff. Fulfilling. I mean, again, because I have 3 active campaigns, so I still got to be running, to the post office and stuff too. What do I do in the free time? I'm training other artists as well. I'm still giving back more. I did all those master classes on my YouTube channel. I, personally trained Yuka on some of the stuff too, and anatomy stuff and things like that. I've helped other people in the background that people don't know about. That's what I did in my spare time. Why? Because I want to give back to this. What we're building, what we're growing is something special. Don't let these evil corporations just, again, do the soul crushing thing. And if you have something that you wanted, a story you want to tell, go for it.
I totally agree with what you're saying. It's like, don't let anyone, and it's not just evil corporations. Don't let anyone tell you jack shit. Don't allow other people to write your narrative of, oh, you can't do that or this. Like, if I listen to
no hardcover, no hardcover, it can't be done.
Yeah, well, it's just like, well, watch me, ho. Like, I'm gonna get it done. Come at me, bitch.
All right, Sally, you're gonna love that because that's what happened, and Liam just brought up too. I was being told by other bigger people, you can't do a hardcover book. You can't do a hardcover book. Fuck you. Who says I can't do a hardcover book? I crunched numbers. I got as damn close as I could. And I told the fans, I did it in an update. I'm like, if you guys really want this special, I mean, you guys are going to have to help me out. I got to reach this number. And they did it. People wanted it. And I proved you don't need 6 figures in order to do that. Although it helps.
Definitely.
But yeah, no, at the same, at the same token, don't say that you're making over 6 figures and that you can't. There's no reason for you not to make a hardcover book for people. I did it. I way less than that, and thankfully people loved it so much they kept supporting, and then we got into an area where I started making some money. But I wanted to prove that we could do it, and it was my 5th campaign, and I showed people that it could be done. So there is no excuse, and there shouldn't be trying to chop down other people because you have shortcomings. It's if you have the talent, if you have the capabilities, if you do it, go for it. Because you're going to put out something special.
There's always going to be challenges. Like, obviously, you had your challenges, but if there's a will, there's a way. And even if you failed, at least you failed trying. Like, it's like...
Yeah, exactly.
And then you try it again, and you learn from the mistakes. Like, it's not... I feel like people tend to get, like, discouraged, which is totally understandable. Been there, done that. But, like, at the same time, you're just like, you know what? I'd much rather try again. Screw it. Let's do it. Oh,
yeah. Manliness and Motivation says 6 to 7 to 10 hours. This is something I wanted to address. He says 6, 7, 10 hours or 12-hour shifts a week, burning rods on the road, and that's not the welding I want to do. And I mean, that's the thing too. Like, don't think that you guys are just seen as cash bags. Like, my job, like the job, Vinny's job, my job, like it's to essentially create escapism and entertainment for you, right? Like, I know that the money that you're giving us is hard work. It's an hour of your day, sometimes 2-3 hours of your day out there digging holes or doing something. And I'm very lucky to be able to be a fat ginger nerd sitting at home hunched over a desk for like 12 hours a day. I'm very grateful. these guys are out here making it possible. And it's like, so I'm very committed and I take that very seriously, where it's like, we want to create stuff that could potentially turn into something bigger and greater. And I want you guys to be able to say, hey, you know that series Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? I was there in the beginning. This is my, you know, floppy from the first issue. Now it's worth $250,000. You know, like that's what I want to be doing. It just takes momentum. You got to get the stone rolling, you know, and just know that you know, guys like Manliness, you know, you guys that are out there backing these books, like, I do appreciate what you're doing, and you know, I don't overlook it. You know, like it means a lot to us.
Yeah,
absolutely,
it's
man.
Having the support is always great, and yeah, like everyone. I mean, I've worked all kinds of jobs, so like, yeah, I'm appreciative also of being in the position where, I'm slaving away at a computer, but it's not like back-breaking work, and I could just talk about
that's what I'm. Yeah,
shit.
that's what I'm scared. I'm gonna have to get back to doing. I mean, I used to carry guitars for punk bands and stuff. Punk's gone now, so like, I'm not gonna be doing that. I'm like, you know, going on 40. And it's like, you know, we're just struggling. Like I said, I've got big supporters. I got Will, I got Felix, I got King of Squibs. I got these guys that are like really believing in me, putting their hand on my back, and I'm still marching forward. But like, you know, my money's drying up. I'm looking at the situation. I'm like, I've only got a limited amount of time. I've got maybe 2 or 3 books to make this work. But I'm trying my real best here, and I'm doing what people are calling for. I'm trying to make these great stories that can be more.
You're doing your best. That's all you could ask. And
exactly.
even if it fails, dude, like, do what you got to do, and then get back to it. You'll be fine. Like,
it's just rough, because like
rough,
I just did so well. You know, I did so well, and you know, so many people really are believing what I'm doing, and I know the product that I'm putting out is really good. Like, I know like what I'm making is good, but it's just having it reach that wider audience. So I've got stuff that I'm going to be doing in this year, you know, next year to follow through the next stage of things, which could multiply into great success. But it's a struggle to get there, you know?
That's it, and that's it. We'll brainstorm more too, like off air and stuff about things like that.
Sure.
But definitely, man, definitely, because that's the thing. It's when you have a good foundation behind you too. You got a good group of people, fans, and everything else. That's why I'm very grateful for everyone who shows up in these streams, everyone who's been backing the projects. You know, some of the other creators and stuff I showcased. Like again, we're trying to make a stronger, you know, I don't want to say
community, I guess.
Well, community, something along those lines. But yeah, I mean, again, because there's too many people that it's all talk, or they got this bravado, and then they're either super late or they're shitty towards other people and they're trying to hurt them in the background. That's why I call out some really big names, really big YouTubers for that same reason, because they prove that they're hypocrites, and they also support the fucking shitty companies that they're you know, chiming that they hate, or they act the same exact way. That's like, get over your fucking selves, because you know, these are all posers and it's phony as shit. You want to get the good stuff out there, then get the good stuff out there. Help people, put positive stuff out in the world instead of the negative poison that's all they fucking do. You know, you can have your opinions, but make sure that they're real, that you're not just, because there's too many fake people. They don't know how to be genuine anymore. That's a whole other conversation.
Yeah, I mean, I genuinely care about this art form and this medium. Like, this matters to me, and you know, the fans actually enjoying their product matters. Like, I see these people that are doing these really amateur things where they're just shitting them out. There's like, I can see a book that's not illustrated very well, but's written very well. You know, I mean, like, look at the first One Punch Man. It was huge, right? Yeah. And I'm proud to say I was a part of that in the beginning before it was popular, you know, like, that's a great, inspiring story. But it's sad that what I'm seeing is people just phoning shit in. Like, really, like, we're here like slaving away. And of course, there's no guarantee of reward for equal work. But when I was doing mainstream work, like, at least I was getting a paycheck. I might not have been able to do my own vision and stuff, but at least I was getting I had security. I don't have security now. And that's a risk that I'm taking as a creator, that Vinny's taking, that everyone here is taking, is like, risking financial security to take a chance to produce things for you guys so that we can do it our way instead of having to just cash a paycheck from a soulless mega corporation that just wants to drain whatever value the IPs they have and then throw them away. Like that's what everyone's doing right now. It sucks so bad. Like
it is. Well, that's why I said we got to keep we got to keep plowing ahead as much as we could. And even like Araceli said, if we do hit a bump in the road or whatever, we could always go back to stuff. We could always do things, in our own time.
It's not ideal, but you make it work and just never get discouraged. And you're doing the best that you can. At the very least, you can say, "I'm doing the best that I can." And I mean, that's kind of my resolution too, where it's just like, this is where I'm at. I'm happy where I'm happy where I'm at. It's not like the best place, but it's not the worst place, and you'll get where you need to go. Like
For sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And by the way, too, man, Malin is
stuff,
dude. Yeah, he said some great things too, and rest in peace, Adam. But again, there's been good people. There's been awesome people too, and there've been very grateful ones who, again, there's a lot that's happened over the last bunch of years. We'll say that much. But Malin is, dude, you are a great dude. He's popped up in so many people's chats, and yes, man, I love the support. The funny jokes you drop too. There's some nights this guy is so on fire with stuff, not just the Kevin Spacey stuff, but oh my God, just hilarious, legend. Again, everyone in here, I just want to thank you guys over and over.
Yeah.
We went an extra 20 minutes or so plus.
Sorry.
I want to say.
No, dude. You gotta say what you gotta say, man.
Exactly.
It's
a great conversation.
It's great meeting. It's great meeting someone that's like worked in this stuff, I'm like, I know that you're saying, oh, they're just children's cartoons, but like that stuff's so important, like I won't go into a huge big rant again, but I've been watching The Animals of Farthing Wood again, which is considered children's entertainment, right? There's so much good stuff out there that is enduring and lasting, and the work that you can be doing can be someone else's fondest memories when they're grown up. You know what I mean? So
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, when I say that, it's because I'm all over the place. I swear to God, guys, I'm like a 12-year-old in an adult body. I love like cartoons. I love comics. I love gore, but I also love the kid shit too. So it's like it works out. But yeah, I totally agree with you.
I'm the same way. I'm perpetually 16.
Oh my God! Right?
We all have a little ash in us.
Oh my God! Yes.
Just a little.
Just a little bit.
Thanks to everyone for watching. Dude, please check out my books if you haven't. You'll get an attention to detail. You get plot planning. You'll get full character arcs. You'll get to delve into their psychology a bit. And you'll get to know that the money that you're putting towards my company isn't just getting your product. It's also helping train and facilitate a new generation of artists who want to do this as their dream. So you're making dreams come true when you support Conquest Books.
Absolutely.
Thank you for watching, guys.
And the link is in the description as well. But yeah, and anyone who's been dropping links to tonight, thank you so much. Again, Adam, we didn't get to his outro yet, but before we do, I want to thank Trina, Last of Truth. She had to get going earlier as well. I was going to get to her right after Araceli, but then we were getting into another great conversation that just kind of kept blowing up into again a great conversation. And you don't want to just cut those off, but and I know I was going too late for her and a couple other people already. Tommy as well, he had to get going, but thank you. Both of them have awesome channels. Go support them. Trina she's been doing tour reviews as well. Tommy and myself, we have on Thursdays, we do the collectible pass it was 2 guineas. I think we might end up changing it to 3 guineas, but for the guinea pig stuff. Go tune into their
2
YouTube
guineas and a miss.
Pretty much. So I want a big thank you to them. Big shout out to them. But we love them. And Adam, let the good folks know where they could find you. And
I'm just hanging out here in my woods and the property, having a good time.
I was admiring your thing.
Yeah, well, You know, it's what I do. I hang out in the woods and make fun of Walton because you know I can do that. But no, every Wednesday here on my channel, come check us out for Digital Distraction, Double D. Come hang out. Myself, Brent from the UK, sometimes Mr. Peabody from Australia, from Perth. Sometimes my Irish friend can make it. But yeah, we just get together and discuss Andor, what we like about shows, not necessarily what we dislike, but we're really loving Andor right now. And I've watched the latest episode about 10 times already. But I really enjoyed it. Anyway, every Thursday or almost every Thursday, you can find me on Justin Proper's channel, 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Digital Distraction 4:20 Eastern Standard Time every Wednesday, and every Friday back on my channel for Friday Fun with Friends at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's just me and a bunch of friends. We all just get together. Everybody's welcome. It's an open invite. If you've got a mic and a mouth and want to come on, you can. And if not, you can just, hang out in the chat and hang out and play with everybody, but all's welcome. And yeah, that's pretty much what we do on my channel, man. It's just getting together and spreading the word. I've backed everybody on the panel here. Vinny, obviously. Poor Vinny. God, poor Vinny. You poor man.
No, you could keep sending me riches and I won't be poor.
Yeah. He thought I was getting one book and I bought them all, so yeah. And of course, Liam, I can't wait to get yours, because I backed you too, my friend. So I can't wait to get yours as well. But yeah, it's a Chris Fisk. Yes, I was the awful person that forced his independent creative Indiegogo to shut down because I bought the last 3 books he had to shut him down, to open him up on Amazon, and then I bought 5 off of Amazon for gifts. So yeah, I kind of backed him a bit too, dude. So yeah,
you're killing
awesome,
it.
man.
Oh my god,
yeah.
Talk about support.
It's one of those when it came to world class bullshitters, I am the super fan, not because I backed the book 14 times. That's 14 because the 14th book went to Jason Mewes live at Horror Hound. Jeff signed it and I gave it to him as a promise from when I played Fortnite with him. So yeah, as the super fan, I am though. It's about the indies. Corporate pissed me off. I'm mad at Marvel and DC, so I back these indie guys when I find the projects that I like, and when I'm passionate about, I'm going to spread it. And that's what we do here.
I'm the same way. Like, I have to. Okay, but like for me, I'm like legit. I had to uninstall Kickstarter. Okay, like it's just like it's becoming a problem. So I was just like, yeah, no more. And then every time there's a new release, I'm like, I want it. So I feel you, but we very much appreciate you. Creatives appreciate you so much.
Absolutely,
sure.
In every possible way. Adam, yeah, you are a legend. I want to thank everybody who came in tonight, everyone who watched, who poked their head in. Even Sexbot. Thank you, Sexbot, for popping in. Although we blocked you.
Whoa, really?
China. Yeah, they pop up in everyone's streams in their chats. It's ridiculous. But I think it's YouTube messing with people.
That's funny.
Or Russia, China.
Oh no.
or maybe it's just Hunter. He's just like, I got hot again, Dad. But anyway,
he's looking for that super cocaine, that we showed earlier.
Oh my god.
Yeah, super crack.
Super crack, yes.
Oh, it's glorious. And maybe we should play. Hold on, we'll do another one because we haven't hit this one in a minute. This is for good old Alex Jones, since we hit a little bit of political talk for a second.
I'm kind of retarded. That man's a threat to this country.
Dude.
Legend.
The first clip. Oh, I'm dead. Okay. I want to die.
I'm kind of retarded.
No PC. No PC. Swear to God, I'll stab the next person who looks at me for saying something as is. It's like, you can't call the elephant in the room. It's a duck. But it's a freaking elephant, Becky. Yeah. Like, I can't. Like,
it's a transformer. Oh, and it's
actually, that'd be dope. Imagine like an elephant becoming like, biological weird elephant dude. Sorry.
Well, that's why they call me Trunky. Everybody, thank you again in the chat. Manliness and Motivation. Daily Chow. King of Squibs. Frankie Knows. Again, Last of Truth. Thank you. Tommy, thank you. Papa Cotton. Again, fantastic people in here tonight. Soul Assassin. We'll have more video game chat too coming up because I do want to start talking a little bit about, again, Resident Evil Village. Because I did pick it up. I played some of it. I haven't had time the last couple days, but when I got it on, what was it, Wednesday? I forgot what day I got it. But I played it maybe in an hour and a half, 2 hours. Holy shit, what a great game. And beautiful. Whew. I think I got to the castle because wow, amazing stuff. So, because the gold edition's out for those people who didn't know. But anyway, again, Noble Young, thank you for being here as well. I think it was a newer name I haven't seen before. Tree Rock Creations, thank you. Parrot Head, thank you. Thank you for the super chats. Nick, 32 Flavors of Nick Weiser, thank you, buddy. Thank you for being in here as well. I know he snuck out earlier because he was still kind of plastered. Again, then I just scrolled past Sexbot. China. William Palmieri, thank you so much. Again, thank you guys for the super chats. You guys rock. Adega Outlaw, Snow Dubs, thank you for being in here as well.
We got to watch our P's and Q's, but the sex spot can do whatever it wants. It even can leave comments in your chat after you shut the stream down.
Jesus.
Whoa.
Yeah, but we have to watch what we say, my friend. But
I know. It's silly.
Never mind the other stuff.
I hate the whole the whole censorship is dumb.
I like dumb. The Elon Musk approach.
Well, yeah, that's why Elon, he did what he did, and bless him, because now we could put facts are being put out there. They're not being suppressed and being called disinformation, which is hilarious. By the way, the Pelosi situation got so funny. Holy shit.
That escalated. I saw the news, or I read the article, and I'm just like, I'm not touching this.
Again, prostitution, not the smartest move, especially when it's a male prostitute. So now we know why Nancy drinks so much.
Anyway, and you saw that ice cream. Rum raisin, baby. It's rum raisin.
Angelus Draven, thank you for being here. Runner, thank you again, my friend. Pale Rider. And by the way, too, I know Papa Cotton mentioned something about gays. Yes, Red Gaze, hopefully we could get them back soon. I know they're working hard over there, him and Katie, but rest assured when they come back, yes, they're always welcome here for sure. And I want to try to get them on one of the Friday streams. I know it's a little bit earlier for them, so maybe they'll be able to sneak on. But Darren, like my father before me, thank you so much. Awesome one. Again, super fan, you're here. So I think I got everybody. If I missed anyone, my apologies. But a million times over, thank you so much. Everybody, remember to be kind to one another, but kick ass while you create, and we'll go out on Ash again because he's awesome. Yeah. So everyone, have a great night.
I say we stay here and... Good. Bad. I'm the guy with the gun. Groovy.